Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Second Guessing with Stressan. I'm your host, Garrett Williams, aka Texans commenter. And yeah, man, we're fresh off a massive win against the Steelers. Ended up being a blowout in the end with the score, but definitely was a typical Texans game where there was a lot going on early on as far as felt like we were dominating, controlling the game, playing with our food, but in the end, we're blessing, man. So we'll recap that. We'll kind of, I'll interact with the chat like I always do for the most part, for the first half of this, and then kind of dive into some stuff on the game, box score, grades, all that good stuff, and try to get to some stuff on the Patriots. I haven't really looked that much on it, and yeah, try and play interviews, all that good stuff. So over on IG. We got people tapping in. We got Troy Don 979 with the H is up. Matt Schultz says, "What's up, bro? What's good?" Wild Bill with the H is up, like that name, dude. OMG BMO says, "What's up? What's good?" Who else we got in here over on IG? Matt Schultz says, "Patriots fans sleeping hard on us." Facts. Everybody has all year. Nico Collins worshiper says Nico concussion. Yep, that's a tough one. I don't see him playing just based off of, it seemed like he had two concussions. A lot of people pointed that out, but like he got hurt early in the game, kind of a weird deal, shaken up, and then came back in and got hurt again, hitting his head on the front, which was weird. But he had one earlier this year. And so, obviously Christian Gonzalez for the Patriots had one, but he practiced today. You kind of wonder if it's playoffs, if they kind of change how they do this protocol. We'll see. But either way, it would obviously suck to miss having him. But if he's not there, I think we'll be fine. And real quick to IG, obviously I'm pretty active on IG comments early on, but eventually I kind of do phase in the back half of the show where it's hard for me to check. So if you find that I'm not being responsive, you can hop over to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, and then you can populate on the main chat, which I will show on the screen here, which I'll get to in a second. And as always, I guess I'm always bad about it. Feel free to follow me on all those platforms. It's either at Texans Commenter or Houston Stressans. Obviously, my website, houstonstressans.com. There's just been so much content. I know people enjoyed that the most, and I enjoy it the most, like videos, interviews, highlights, that I've been posting a lot of that it's hard to take aside the time to write the articles. But I'm kind of mad I haven't, because I had a bunch of takes and opinions, which I shared on here last week and in a short form tweet. But the game went exactly how I thought, aside from, the CJ Stroud, snap exchange stuff. But the game plan, all that stuff kind of went how I thought it would be. So, that's basically, it's tough to do everything. But anyhow, back over on IG. Let me get to a couple more. Let's see. What does it say? Matt Twink. We fine without Collins. All our receivers get fit anyways. Yeah. So, in a weird way, CJ does do better when there's not that number one receiver. Not overall, but, Nico Collins can be a blessing and a curse for a quarterback like Stroud, because he is so good. He's almost always there, that you kind of can just rely on him getting open and not have to go through your progressions or your reads. I think of the Seahawks game, his worst game of his career, I still think, was a game that he kept staring down Nico when he was doubled, and rather than going through the reads. But then you look at the antithesis of that, which was the Niners game when Nico was out. He was spreading that ball around. You had people like Braxton Berrios, Christian Kirk, Xavier Hutchinson, everybody. It didn't matter who it was. And DeMeco talks about when they asked him, what are you going to do without who are you going to throw it to? Who's going to do? He's like, whoever's open. And that's what he says. That's how it should be. You read the defense. You throw it to who they let you throw it to. So in a weird way, that would still be fine. A couple more. Andy Bow says Super Bowl bound. OMG BMO says she loves Aziz. If you got the hookup, shout me out. I think he's taken for, but I am friendly with him on IG. He's a great dude. Aziz is awesome. She the one says Swarm City. Let's go. XLB says yes, sir. Wild Bill. Yeah, we talked about the receivers we got. Cooper Thomas put Mills in. No. And yeah, so someone says Woody Marks, and Wild Bill says Petrie's a dog. Facts. Been trying to say it. I've been screaming it, easy extension to re-sign him, especially for the money. BGHTX, did you get to go to the game, G? I did not. I probably could have. My parents went. My parents got into a suite through some connections. I was gonna go with Ethan on here, but the flights were insane, dude. You had to like fly into Cleveland and then drive 2 hours. Or my parents went to Baltimore and drove 4 hours. Flights were crazy expensive, but kind of mad I didn't go. But I watched it here, and my intention was to stream it. But I lost my freaking AirPods, and because I got to watch it on one screen and talk, and so I didn't. And a couple bad plays happened in the second half. I was like, okay, I'm glad I didn't stream. And then some good plays happened, including me calling plays. I'm saying we need another defensive touchdown, which I tweeted. And 2 minutes later, we got another defensive touchdown. So I'm mad I didn't get the clips of me, or even just like interacting with you guys. But I will say too, here in a little bit when I do play some audio, I don't know how it's going to be. I don't have my freaking AirPods. So if I'm going to test it out, y'all can let me know if you'll hear like a reverb. If that is the case, we'll just not, play clips, and y'all can listen to me talk for hours. But yeah, so I haven't thought that much into it, but I think I might try to go to the game in New England. I went to the game that was the infamous Letterman jacket game when we were 11-1 and they were whatever, and we thought we were on top of the world, myself and everyone else included. And obviously JJ Watt, Antonio Smith, Connor Barwin. I believe Connor Barwin was the one who made the Letterman jackets, and they wore them, to the game, and we got stomped, prime time. I was there, and I will say one of the worst experiences of my life, obviously from the game, but like their fans are they're scum, dude. They're terrible. They are absolutely terrible. It's like a whole Northeast thing, Boston, Philadelphia, New York, like, but the New England's Patriots fans, like maybe it was that game, like we came in feeling good, and I wasn't even really talking, dude. Like it was me and my dad and my brother, and then obviously they knew they were on this historic Super Bowl run for however many years. But yeah, like I wore a red JJ Watt jersey. I cheered the first drive when Arian Foster caught a pass and like didn't cheer the rest of the game. And just every play they're in my face talking crap. And then you have to like walk almost like 2 miles like back across to the parking lot, like under these tunnels. And you get in these tunnels and you just get swarmed. And like I'm like the only Texans fan, and it's like my dad and my brother are not wearing a bright red jersey, and they're like yelling, JJ Watt is a twat, and like harass. It was fine, but it's like, and there wasn't like one fan I walked by, whether it was a 5-year-old kid or an 80-year-old woman. Everyone either, said F you, you suck, flick me off, said JJ Watt is a twat. And it's like, they are just the worst. Like beer getting thrown on you. Like, dude, it's just, and I guarantee you talk to any fan who's been to a Patriots game, especially that one, they'll give you the same experience. So for me, I want to go back to get revenge because I think we can and, should win. I'm not overly like saying we're going to go in there and beat their butts, but like we should win this game, in my opinion. We'll dive into it. But I also don't want to be like, I'm too old. I got 2 girls. Like, I don't want to go and then like get in a fight or something. Like, I'm not a confrontational guy, but I get excited about sports. So I can see myself like being like, yeah, especially if we're winning, start talking some crap. And then who knows? I don't know. I just know the environment, but I probably will go. But I just get amped about the Texans. So that's a long answer to your question, BG. Texan Swarm says, what are your thoughts on the matchup against the Pats? We'll get into it here in a bit. Texans going to the bowl 26 with the fire emojis. Wally on Facebook says, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Jace Fawcett says, hey. Manuel Alvarez on Facebook. Texan Swarm, let's go. Allie, how confident are you against the Pats? I'm pretty confident. We'll dive into it here in a second. JJ Sugar, my guy. Texan Swarm, would you like to go to the AFC Championship? Yes, I would. Like, are you asking if I want the Texans to make it or for me to go personally? Because the answer is yes to both. Stone Papa Smurf, nice name on YouTube. Drake May is God. I got a Pats fan in here. Drake May is good. I don't know about God, but he's good. Max says, what do you think about the Patriots defense stats? Don't really help because of their comp. Yeah, we can dive into it, but strength of schedule is certainly a factor. JJ says, I think it might snow in Foxborough during the game. It's certainly going to be cold. Yeah, I think I forgot who said that. I think Casario mentioned it in his interview with Harris and Vandermeer. And I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing for us. Obviously, the snaps were an issue maybe in that regard, but I think we might be a good cold weather team. We have a bruising defense, and we've had a better than what we've expected run game, and all of a sudden now a pretty good run performance. So if those things continue to trend, then it could be not a bad deal for us. So back over on IG, let me check to make sure I didn't miss any more up there. A lot of people in and out on the G. Yes, Petrie is a dog. We got that. And then we had, who else we got on here? Jonathan Rocha, 95. If it's possible, we get the AFC Championship game at home. Best believe I'm going. Facts. So, yeah, if we win and the Bills win, then we would have the AFC Championship at home, which is the way I predicted the whole AFC side of the playoffs to go. Derek says, what you think about Bills being able to beat Broncos? I think they can. I haven't dove into it, but like my initial instinct just off of memory from watching both teams pretty much all their games all year, I think the Broncos are overrated. I mean, and I wasn't surprised the Jags lost because that stretch they had, we said it on here for the past 2-3 weeks, that stretch they had where they were getting pumped up, there was some good ball and they're a good team. But really the Broncos was like the best team they played. And then once that win happened, now it's like they're Super Bowl contender champions. It's like maybe the Broncos, who have been getting by on the skin of their teeth all season on last second, drives and field goals against backup quarterbacks all year, not just 1 or 2 games, but literally all year, every game, maybe the Broncos weren't that good. So maybe the Jags weren't way the hell up here, which they weren't. And even honestly, the Bills really aren't way the hell up there. And they beat the Jags, So, I mean, obviously Josh Allen's great and elevated his game, but like that game was annoying as hell to me. Tony Romo down the stretch, like just because it was a close game, he felt the need to sit there and say that each team, no matter who wins, is the best team in the NFL and is going to win the Super Bowl. Like, no, like call it for what it is. It's a good game. They're good teams, but like, they're on the same level. I think they're both, not elite. I think they're both pretty good. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen, experience, matchups, etc. But like, I feel like both of them are getting pumped up, But yeah, I think, Broncos defense may have some answers for Allen to slow him down a little bit, but Bills defense sucks. The run defense is terrible. So I could see the Bills winning that game. I think the Bills will win that game. That's my original prediction. And I think we can and should win this game. And it should be Texans at home versus the Bills. And now you get a little worried because the Josh Allen mystique and blah, 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 blah. But like we should, if that's the way it goes, we should still be the better team in that matchup too. Again, their run defense is ass. Our run game is all of a sudden looking pretty good. Ran the ball all down the field against a good front on the Steelers. And now we get the Bills. And I've been preaching this, but like the things that fans have hated about DeMeco Ryans all year, and I understand it, and I'm guilty of it too at times, like during the regular season, this conservative, lean on your defense, run the ball, punt, field position, field goals, try not to turn the ball over offense or game plan overall is annoying and boring, and it makes way too many games close when they don't need to be, and you don't quite blow games out like you can. That is a perfect recipe to win in the playoffs, and we just saw it on full display against the Steelers. And if you listen to the mic'd up with DeMeco, he is literally saying, run the ball, wear them out, make them quit. And that's exactly what the fuck happened, dude. We beat the fuck out of them, dude. Like, and that's what I was saying. That should be the approach going in. You go into the game like that, it'll be tight and close for a while, but eventually that bitch will break open, dude. Like, our defense will wear them the fuck out, dude. They can't handle that shit. So, I mean, you keep the game close and you allow your defense to win the game for you. That's exactly what the fuck happened in the Steelers game. They scored 2 fucking touchdowns. Like, that's the fucking recipe. You without those fumbles with Stroud and the interception, that was a terrible play. That game's a fucking 50-3 game, dude. Like, what are we doing? So, and now you get into these other games, it's still the same. Like, you lean on your defense, and that's been his philosophy the whole fucking time. Everyone fucking rips him to shreds for it. Like, it's a sound fucking philosophy to win football games. Even more so now that you're in the fucking playoffs. I'm sorry, I'm a soft cousin. Now that you're in the playoffs, defense and running the ball, field position, take care of the ball is the most bulletproof plan to make a deep run in the playoffs. And now you get into these road games, loud environments, weather, even more so. So it's going to be the same shit, the same recipe for us. And so you can't, that's why I've been hesitant to like jump on Kaylee for conservative play calling. No, it's DeMeco doing it. Even then, it's like, I'm not mad at him. I know it makes games stressful, but like it is a sound fucking strategy. So like to me, like what that boils down to is offensively being more conservative there and, you know, picking and choosing your chances of taking shots. Like, honestly, he could go back and be like, you know what? We were too fucking aggressive. You know, the flea flicker, fumble. We should have not have done it. Should have ran the fucking ball. The pick by Stroud, it was 3rd and 4 and they're on their 10 or 15. Should have fucking ran the ball. That's 2 turnovers if you would have just ran the fucking ball right there. And so that's, I mean, he may be even more conservative. And we finally had a good run game, sticking with it, like continuity. They're getting there. The big thing is since Trent Brown came to right tackle, Titus is at left guard. Now he's your left guard over Patterson and or Ingram, or I'm sorry, and or why am I forgetting Lake and Tomlinson beginning of the year? So now you have all of a sudden a better interior. Jake Andrews is slowly like getting better at run blocking. He's not a world beater, but he's not terrible. Ed Ingram is a fucking mauler in the run game. He is killing people, dude. He's one of the best right guards at run blocking in the league. And then Trent Brown is a freaking unit. Ursary is getting better at the run game. And now Kaylee's starting to sprinkle in, get a little more, you know, creative. It's not just duo and inside zone. He's mixing in some power, some tosses, you know, crack tosses, all that stuff. And so, and the chemistry is there that with those guys, and they're getting the duo part down. Basically, it's the double team where you have 2 guys obviously on a tackle, and then one of them peels off late and gets the backer. Before they would double team and go too soon. Now they're like learning to wait longer. And now not only are the backs getting better blocking, allowing for Woody Marks and Nick Chubb to look awesome, which they've been the same the whole time. But you're also, you know, getting better blocks, and the backs can now read it better too. So they're improving there. But just going on a rant here, continuing off, you know, I started on one point, but, you know, I'm talking about something else now. I'm talking about the run game. So the run game, I mean, I said it on here, dude, like Woody Marks, he took that week off. He didn't want to do it because he's a competitor, but it was the best thing to happen to him. When he came back after that, I've been showing the film, like, this motherfucker looks rejuvenated, bro. Like, not only one is he fresher and more spry, explosive, like jump cuts, but he also, I think there was an element to his game similar to CJ Stroud when he had to sit out when Mills came in. He sat out and saw Jawar Jordan, I think, in my opinion, and saw some of his game where he's more of, you know, cutting back and going outside. All of a sudden, you start seeing Woody doing that more. He probably saw some stuff like that too. He probably had a bird's eye view, like, oh, I can do that shit too. So he's fresh, and now he's kind of got a better feel, and he's got better blocking. Woody, you know, I think now, like before, I'm like, I think he's good. I'm not quite sure about his potential. Like, I think he can be a premier back. He's playing like it. I mean, the running was the part where you're like, I don't know if he can be a bell cow runner. Obviously, he's a great pass blocker, which is crazy for someone that small, and also pass catcher, even though we don't utilize it a ton. And I think the best thing about Woody Marks is this motherfucker, dude, is so fucking smart. Like, he is one of the smartest football players I've seen. And he's a rookie. Like, the shit that he does, the Davis Mills touchdown to save our season, the rush against the Jags. He was on a route, saw Mills running, and rather than turn around and block, he knew the guy was guarding him in man coverage. Like, this is all going through his head in seconds, like less than a second. So rather than that, he knows this guy's going to follow me. The way I'm going to block him is by continuing to run my route upfield. He wasn't trying to run a route to get open. He was running a route to occupy his man. So he blocked his guy 10 yards downfield and then had the wherewithal to box out another guy and give Mills a free lane. And then the same thing a couple games ago against the Colts on the botch snap handoff to Tommy Togiai, busted play. Woody Marks could have and so the other part of his game too is obviously heads up. I'm giving another example of that, but he's also he has extreme hustle, dude. Like, we're in a league where a lot of guys take plays off and they're not involved, or the plays pass and they give up. On that botched handoff to Togiai, he could have been like, okay, I did my fake. It's going to go up the middle. He looks back and sees what the fuck's going on, sees the play still going, and then he goes and blocks 2 guys and gives Stroud a free lane to the end zone. Like, the stuff that he does is insane, dude. Like, he is a football player. And then on Nick Chubb, Nick Chubb, like no more fucking Nick Chubb slander, dude. Nick Chubb is a fucking stud. Like Nick Chubb looks great because guess what? He's had 2, 3, 4 weeks off, however long it's been. He is fresh. Like he is geared up. He's an older back and he's had a bunch of injuries and basically his first year off an injury. He had a knee injury, a full year, and then a foot injury, I believe, at the end of the year. So he's coming off of 2 injuries. And, even with that, like all year, he almost averaged 4.5, almost 5 yards a carry, like maybe not 5, like 4 yards a carry, which is pretty damn good. He was our most effective runner all year, but he got shit on by everybody just because the volume wasn't there or because he didn't rip off 40, 50-yard runs. Like he was a very effective, efficient runner. And, he's still doing that. And then now you saw him in the game. He's getting 10, 10, 10, 15, like, and he's fucking punishing people, dude. Like now you got Woody and Chubb. All of a sudden it's like, it's a pretty damn good duo. Like, and so that is a great development. DeMeco can't be more excited. Let me get back to some comments. Let's see here. Let me get a sip of water. That was a nice little rant there. IG, let's see. Roku says, let's go. Is this every Wednesday? Yes, sir. Every Wednesday at 9. I wish I could do it more. I'll try to start going more during the day. My goal is to do a show Thursday or Friday with more in-depth on the Patriots, depending on how this one goes. Jibbo the Kid says, just bought my tickets to the Pats game. It's going to be a great game. And he says that Steelers game dope. Yeah, bringing home the dub, man. Shout out JG. Peyton says, how confident you feel about the game going with Stroud on the Sunday? I'll talk about Stroud next. But I'm 1,000% confident in Stroud. Houston X Facto. Can the Texans win with CJ not playing his best? All right, fuck it. I'll talk about the Stroud shit. Yeah, I mean, obviously I am you can call me delusional fairy dust positive fan, but like I am internally optimistic, but I tend to lean positive, but it aligns with it this time. And my opinion on Stroud is not because I'm a glazer and he's impervious to criticism. Like the criticism for this game is getting overblown to hell. Like Stroud, people, reporters like Ed Warder, you're a national reporter, Cowboys reporter, maybe a former, saying that's one of the worst playoff performances of all time. Get the fuck out of here. No, it fucking wasn't, dude. It wasn't even one of the worst this fucking weekend. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, it's so frustrating, dude. I don't know why, but Stroud gets over fucking criticized by everybody, outside, inside, and as far as fans, media. It's just fucking insane, dude. Like, he did not. Like, the only thing was handling the fucking snap. That's it. And you hear AQ Shipley, who is a former lineman who, analyzes offensive line play all the time on Pat McAfee's show. He says the center was the big reason for pretty much all of those fucking snaps. There was one that hit him, but and what he said is that's why I wish I was streaming, because I would have said this shit when I was watching the game, because I said it at home. Like, he's looking, surveying the field, and then all of a sudden the ball comes here. And then, or surveying the field and the ball, there was one where it wasn't ready for the ball, hits him in the chest because he's not fucking ready for it. So like Jake Andrews, his first playoff game, I'm not trying to shit on Jake Andrews. And even if the ball isn't, it should be here. There's no excuse not to have the fucking ball right here. And like AQ Shipley said, not only was it not right here, it was 100 miles an hour. So like it needs to be soft and right in the chest. Yes, you just fucking catch it. So I can keep my eyes downfield because they ran almost 50% man. They're doing a bunch of shit. I need to be looking at the defense. I need to be able to catch the ball without fucking looking at it. It needs to come right to the same spot. I don't have to go here and do this. And then all of a sudden, and then either you do catch it low or you drop it and run. Everything's fucked. The play is fucked. All the timing is fucked. Like, so that's most of it. And 2 of the turnovers happened because the snap didn't get caught good. So the timing's fucked. So now he freaks the fuck out. Well, yeah, no fucking shit, dude. Like, who wouldn't? Like, read the defense. Oh shit! Now what do I do? Oh fuck! So like there was 2 like that. The pick, I will not absolve. Like the pick was terrible. And that's fine. You can own that. Like he should have ran it. He should have ran. I feel like he may be somewhat tentative to run post concussion. I know he says that he's not, but that could be a factor. I need to look at the all 22 in that play. I don't know if there was a rush lane there or not. I could be speaking out of turn, but that could be an element. But the pick that one was bad, and that could have been a product of the plays before and the snaps and all that stuff, or at least take the sack. But you know what? Call a fucking run play there. Call a run play. It's 3rd and 4. Run it. You get 3 yards. Guess what? Run the Stover cat again and get fucking 3 yards again like you did earlier in the game. So, that, but we'll put that blame on him. But the flea flicker was not fucking on him, dude. Like, one, I know Higgins came open, but like we were moving the ball. Why did we call that? I thought Kaylee called a great game, did great, has been doing, and people were like acting like he changed. Like, to me, Kaylee did the same fucking shit he always done. It's just we finally had run blocking, an effective run game to kind of complement play action passes. But anyways, the flea flicker, the timing, to me, it wasn't necessary. And it's so predictable that you run a trick play at midfield. Like, everybody fucking knows that. And so that play was fucked for 2 reasons. One, it's early in the game. Woody's amped. Probably haven't ran it a lot. He tosses it back way fucking high, so it fucks up the timing. And now Stroud's like, fuck, I've got to, freak out. And then on top of that, after that, Fisher gets beat. So now there's a guy on him, and he gets hit when he throws it. Like, yeah, that happens to any fucking quarterback. And then, the other one was also a mishandled snap, and then try to make a play up in the pocket, and he got hit in the arm. Like, it's not like he just dropped the ball and gave it to him. Like, it just, because it didn't look the cleanest, like, everyone's blowing it up. And then, like, I've never heard of, drop snaps being counted as fumbles. So 2 fumbles when he actually got hit. Okay. And they recovered both. We were unlucky to not fucking recover those. Rodgers had 1 fumble that we recovered. He had another we didn't. Drake May had 2 fumbles, one that was covered and one that wasn't. And if they would have covered the other fumble, they could have lost that game. And all of a sudden now it's Drake May's fucking terrible, or they could have barely won. Like, the fact that we didn't, because the ball bounced a certain way and we didn't recover those fumbles, that's a big element you have to acknowledge too. Like, as far as the perspective matters, as far as how bad his game was. And then all of a sudden now too, like, people just think that this is some pervasive issue. Like, when has he ever fucking done this? When has CJ Stroud ever in his fucking career had repetitive issues handling the snap? Never. You can say cold, this and that. He's played in cold playoff game environments. It has never been a pervasive issue like that. It's okay for that to happen occasionally. Like, either you drop it or the center does it, but like, we can't sit here and act like, yes, it was a bad thing and concerning in the moment, but like, what evidence is there for us to worry that this is something that's going to continue to happen? And, there's a stat that came out that the Texans are 3-0 in games where CJ Stroud has 3 or more turnovers. 2 things that stand out. One, that's crazy that we're 3-0. Number 2 is, I went and looked at it, including the playoffs games. CJ Stroud has played 51 total games in the NFL, and only 3 of those games he's had 3 or more turnovers. But we're sitting here saying, oh no, he can't turn the ball over 3 more times again. He's only fucking done it 3 times in his career, including 1 playoff game with bad fucking snaps. Like, what are we doing? And we won all 3 of them. So, like, you can acknowledge that, but like, this talking point of like, yeah, man, they're good only if he turns it around. What fucking makes you think that he's going to continue this string of play? There's no fucking evidence. And you take that shit out of there. Take out the fumbles, or 1 of them or 2 of them. Keep the bad pick. He fucking balled out, bro. Like, he missed a couple throws. Like, those were kind of getting overhyped a little bit. The one to Nico late was a bad throw, not a terrible throw. Nico almost kind of had a chance, not really. And really, like, there were a couple throws that Aikman was saying he was off on, like, and there were like completions for 15 yards over the middle. It's like, what? I don't really know if that was, but dude, we were like 8 of 12 or 10 of 50, like some crazy percentage on 3rd down. He was fucking clutch, dude. Like, he was moving the ball through the air. So just a couple bad plays get stuck in your head, and it's like, oh, you fucking suck. Meanwhile, Drake May has like the same fucking stats. Justin Herbert played like complete shit. Caleb Williams had several turnovers and a terrible passer rating, but they come back late, and he's like a fucking god. He didn't play a great game. Brock Purdy had a bad game turnover-wise, and none of these other fucking quarterbacks are getting talked about anywhere close to CJ Stroud. So, in a weird way, though, I do think that this is a good thing for the Texans, because I think this team is really fucking good. And it's almost, and I know it's frustrating for us as fans because we want us to be the biggest and the best and the most praise and love every time. Like, we're the undisputed number 1 consensus media fan team, but we can't like quite put everything together on national pictures and complete dominant games for people to believe that. But in a weird way, that's good in my opinion, because I know what this team is. Everything I just laid out, like when I look at it through that lens, and we still won 30-6, like holy shit. But so now we see it now. Like everyone's talking about the Pats fans saying we suck. We got people in here like, oh, I don't know, is CJ gonna turn the ball over? Like, dude, like, no, like, is Drake May gonna turn the fucking ball over? That's the question, bro. Like the essentially rookie quarterback, so who's played a soft ass schedule that no one wants to talk about, but we want to get our schedule nitpicked apart when it's one of the hardest in the league. And they want to shit on the Steelers game, us beating the Steelers, beating their ass, by the way. But then not talk shit about the Patriots scraping by against the Chargers that we handled pretty well as well. So, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, so as far as that goes, I think it is. So basically, I think that we're being slept on. Like there's this, that's every fucking, anybody talking about the game, like, yeah, they're good. And some of the, I don't know if they can win. I don't know if Stroud keeps playing bad. He hasn't played bad. He had one game with a couple bad plays, and he's been pretty fucking good the whole year, especially post-concussion. So when you look at it through the right perspective, that's how it should be, but no one else is. So we're kind of getting looked at, maybe the Patriots are kind of looking at us like, oh, they're not that good. Like, okay, fucking sleep on us then, dude. Like, it's better to be in that spot. So yeah, there's my CJ Stroud rant. So Stone, Papa Smurf, we might be scum, but your team wore the Letterman jackets and got their ass handed to them joke. Good one, bro. When was that? Like fucking 20 years ago? At least you acknowledge that y'all are scum. I mean, maybe it's not all the fans, but that's my experience from physically going in person. And I'm sure we'll see a lot of the same stuff, but hopefully they've changed. We'll see. Shout out New World Guy. What's up, my guy? Loomed says, go Texans, from a Niner fan. Respect that, man. Appreciate it. JJ Sugar, I hope we even win more now because of your past experience. Thank you. Brandon says, so when I said 33-9 versus Steelers, I was close. Yes, you were. I think I said 30-10. I don't know if it was on here or somewhere else, but that was pretty close. Fabian Villarreal, proud of you, our guys, and we got this win. Yep. Anthony on Facebook, I can say that this is the most confident I have been as a Texans fan heading into divisional round compared to other years. Absolutely. Texans swarm. And so, yeah, back to the Steelers game, the only arguments that you heard for the Steelers winning the game was everyone's picking the Texans. It was this fucking baseless, unrelated historical trends that had no bearing or impact on the game itself. It was Mike Tomlin undefeated on Monday night. Texans have never won a road playoff game. Nothing that had anything to do with the two current teams. It was just the dumbest fucking shit. And that was all the talk that you heard. Like, can we stop with this bullshit? Or let's talk about X's and O's. The Steelers will win because the Texans offense isn't good. Okay, I can hear that, but don't just tell me because of some fairy tale, trend that has no bearing on the game. So, and I forgot what got me on that. Let's see. And so, yeah, I mean, and so I kind of had that same thought too. And I get it to an extent from like a fan base, like, we as a fan base, Houston fans in general, obviously Texans, but are used to like misery. And like, there is an element of where we protect ourselves by tempering our expectations. You can't get hurt if you don't get too hyped. We don't want to be like, because we've done it before, like, oh, like the Letterman jacket game, like, oh, we're fucking good. No, you got your ass kicked. So, but just because shit has gone bad in the past, it has no bearing on this season. I know people want to believe in, curse, like the Cubs, they're cursed. Like, no, like if your team is good now, these guys on this team, like, they're not us fans. They don't know the Texans history and this and that. I mean, you have guys on this team that have been here for 2-3 years in this current iteration. If anything, that's good. We are one of the most experienced teams in the playoffs. Like for 3 years in a row, these teams have played now 2-4, and they're playing their sixth playoff game. That's right. They're playing their sixth playoff game in 3 years. That's probably up there with maybe the Bills have more. I'm not sure who else, but like we're one of the more experienced playoff teams. Like that is a huge factor going to this game against the Patriots. They are inexperienced. They played one and won it against a Chargers team at home. And it wasn't some dominating game. Like it was honestly a coin flip game till late, and a fucking dumbass decision by them to go for it when they got the ball inside the 10 on a Dre made pick. So, um, point being is, like, I get that we're scarred as Texans fans from the past, but like, if you just look at this team, if this Texans team was looked at through a lens where it's like, watch this football team, you don't know who they are, their name, or if we watch this team and said, hey, this is the Chiefs, you'd be like, oh my fucking God, the Chiefs are so good. Like, no, it's the Texans. Oh yeah, they may not win. It's the Texans. So like, if you look at it through that way and like with an unbiased, like, of the past that has nothing to do with it, like, this team is fucking good. The head coach is good. The quarterback is good. The defense is elite. Like, that's it. I mean, so let that be your bearing of whether they can win a road playoff game. Not, oh, they lost to the Ravens a couple years ago and the year before that and the Chiefs several years ago. Like, that has nothing to do with this. So, again, I get it, but like, try your best to be like, all right, like, if you feel good about this team, if you have watched this shit and be like, that's a damn good team, be like, oh yeah, that's a fucking damn good team. Then Stone Papa Smurf says, if Christian Gonzalez is healthy, it's a wrap. All right, bro. Christian Snicker, look at Drake May in the Bills Chargers game under pressure. He's not that good. I think he will surprise people. I think he's still a damn good quarterback. Will Campbell was a bully. He was getting bullied in that game. He was on skates all game. What are you talking about? Now he's going to face Will and Daniil? All right, bud. Brandon says, well, Jags with the Broncos and the Bills with the Jags. Yep. Kenneth Barnes, Pats just played a mediocre Charger D and struggled. Maybe a stretch, but I want a shutout. Michael Maggio. Who do we see in the Super Bowl? I got Texans Rams in my initial. I'll stick with it, even though they skirted by the Panthers. I still think they can make a run. Justin Words. The good thing about this next game against the Pats is that after a Texans win, the Pats head coach won't let go, move on. Shout out Bills fan. Go Bills. See you on the AFC Championship, hopefully. Michael says they won't handle RD. Pause. And I answered the CJ question. Yep, he said Bills, Texans, AFC Championship. That'd be nice. Defense is carrying the whole team. The running game is carrying CJ. Why does it have to be this, dude? Like, yes, that was one game, but like, Stroud fucking threw for like 250 and converted endless third downs, dude. Like, and you know what? Like, this is the way our team is built. Like, it's always got to come with, yeah, but we've won fucking 10 games in a row. Like, and no one's fucking happy. It's always fucking something. Like, I meant to fire this tweet off, but I'll say it on here. But like, I could see a world in which the Texans win the Super Bowl and fans are still mad, talking shit about Nick Caley, how he should be fired, and how CJ Stroud sucks and we shouldn't extend him. I could definitely see that. That is a very real possibility. That is such a real possibility. And it's just mind-blowing. Like, what are we doing? We're fucking winning, Wait till we lose to start talking shit. Anonymity says, yo, Drew, my guy, let's go. In the life of Colby, what's good? Stressans in chat. Sorry, your boy is late. All good. Ernesto, do you think we can beat the Patriots? Yes, sir, I do. Jay Roberts, facts. Something Wong, that's a hell of a name on YouTube. I ball so hard they thought I was a nutsack. Trump, what? That's pretty good. I just read that out. Alberta, you're spitting. Appreciate it. Kenneth Barnes, if we go to the Super Bowl, we go. Who going? I'm going, bro. You going? Jay, I wish DeMeco would have shouted out Woody in his post-game speech since he had over 100 yards rushing. He did talk about him. He talked about it in the speech too, I believe. Colby says CJ will be fine. He is fine. Says shout out HD Traveler. Christopher Snideker, look at Stroud's third down numbers. He made a lot of bonehead plays, but he was clutch. Someone says I look like someone. Yeah, because I am someone, dude. Tell me who I look like. Mo Heavy. I get Major Applewhite a lot. Mo Heavy, are you going to the watch party Sunday? No, I'll either be in New England or at home. Kenneth Barnes, I like Stroud, but happy feet shit got to stop. Just tuck it and run. Yeah, I mean, really the only time that happened was on the interception, and then the two ones were, again, the bad snaps, the timing, it fucks the whole play up, and a lot of quarterbacks do that when it gets fucked up. JJ Sugar, I explained in your post already on the fumbles, but can't blame the center for the drop snaps. Yes, CJ needs to keep an eye on the defense, but he also needs to look at the snap to make sure. And I think it's both, dude. I mean, you can't – yes, he should, but, like, he's trying to read a defense. You can't just be, you're a fucking center. You are a professional center. Your job is to snap the ball 3 to 5 yards directly back. How fucking hard is that? You should be able to hit right in here and not have it go 100 miles an hour. Like, you know, and part of it is probably because he's so eager to get into the run blocking, but like, you got to find that balance. I mean, yes, it can be, both can be true. You got to be able to catch these, but like going like this, taking your eyes off the defense. Now you look up, picture changes, you know, or you step away. Like you need to get the fucking snap down. CJ needs to catch them. A couple, he wasn't even fucking looking. So, I mean, the timing, snapping it when he's not ready, and then the accuracy is definitely an issue. But yes, Stroud needs to catch the ball too. But that's part of it too. If you're the quarterback and your center's fucking up, you're like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm worried about calling the play, doing the motion, reading the defense. Now it's like, oh, fuck, is my center going to snap it too soon? Is my center going to snap it way high? Like, you shouldn't have to be thinking about that. That's just, you catch the ball right here. It's like fucking second nature, dude. You can't have that. What else we got? My face looks like Indian actor Tarak Mecca. What? I look like an Indian actor. I'm white, but all right. Only one of those snaps was on the center. But dude, y'all are saying it's fine to have snaps out here, down there, and to have them 100 miles an hour. That's crazy. Like, I'm not saying that Stroud shouldn't not catch them. I'm saying it fucks up the whole play. Like, it fucks up the timing, dude. Kevin Connor, CJ had 5 bad plays, snaps. 2 snaps were at CJ's knees, one way left. Needs softball to the number. He also converted like 70% on third down, and some were absolute dimes. The pick is unforgivable, though. That's it. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, Kevin O'Connor. Adrian Dogwood, or I said Dogwood. That was an old bar in Midtown back in the day. He says, on the interception, TJ Watt was sinking back as if he was expecting CJ to take off. Yeah, I mean, I have to look at the film. I haven't got a chance to really dissect it, but it feels like he could have ran on a lot of those. So that's a fair critique. And what he did, pitch the ball too high, kind of getting caught back up. Let's see. All right. And Snedeker, he played Ohio State and never had a problem with the cold. Regardless of the snaps, he was clutch on third down all game. Facts. What else we got? Kevin's got another comment. CJ isn't a great fantasy football QB or someone to prop bet on, which is why people are unhinged towards his play. Generally, his accuracy is elite and solid. Exactly. I mean, again, it's this fantasy football era where you want a bunch of stats. People would rather have, you know, your guy throw for 300 yards but lose in a shootout than to have a guy ball control and be conservative and play it the right way. So shout out Justin on IG. Who else on IG? Denton Derek, Marchar. Who else we got on IG? 94, Luis Hernandez, old school football, always wins. Yes, sir. What else we got? Houston ex facto. Much rather win a Super Bowl with defense and field goals and not winning it. Yep, exactly. They know Egypt. Let's go Texans. Marchar, no Chubb slander allowed. Facts. Mark Garza says, where's the watch party this weekend at NRG, I believe. Trill Boy, great analysis, bro. I appreciate that, my guy. Go Getta says, love my city, H-Town. Yes, ma'am. It's Lando says Chubb. Rich Homie Baby says, bro, threw for 250. Facts. Shout out Joy TSR. He is still him. Who else we got? Denise Sony with the H's up. Bobby Jerry joined. Who else we got? Let's get another comment. Ledesma saying that Stroud moved the ball. I agree. Let's keep going. Shout out Primo Looks, my guy. Check him out on IG. Who did I miss? I'm still going through a lot to try to get to here. If you're on IG, try to get over to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter if you want to see your comments on the screen. And let's see, Justin Castillo. It's hilarious how people think that Stroud will have another game like that. Yeah, dude. You know, he had the yips, you know, because of the center. Like, that's not going to happen. And even then, it still was fine. We scored on 2 of those drives where they dropped the snap. Rob can't post. Couldn't put it any better. Been saying the same. Appreciate it. It's just tough. Like, I feel like, you know, in the moment, it's the playoff game. We're just fucking like it's, dude, like, you know, I'm obviously all Houston fan, Astros fan, you know, like playoff baseball is intense, playoff football is intense, but we haven't really like had that many of them and like that high level. But like, I was like, dude, like the feel, like, first of all, the wait was ridiculous. Monday night, you know, waiting that whole fucking time, and Monday day like was like the longest day. I was just like posting all day to kind of get through the day and hopefully help you guys get through the day. Um, but then like the game happens, like, dude, you're just like that shit is talk about stressing. Like that was whether you're winning or losing. But my point is like because of that, I feel like everything is just magnified to hell. And because of the way the game was going, you know, like the turnovers and bad plays, like it seemed to kill momentum. So we're like, fuck, CJ, you suck. Oh no. But then like we couldn't like get out of that moment to be like, wait, actually, he's doing pretty good. It's just this play, that play. And you just couldn't ever quite get away from it. So, and then as far as like I pointed out, like, you know, the hypocrisy between him getting, you know, scorched to hell, but not Drake May. I think part of that too is expectations. You know, Drake May is essentially a rookie and hasn't, and one, he has, and also two, he hasn't really had that many bad games, but I think he's had some pretty high turnover games. Yeah, he just hasn't been under, like, you know, when you're younger, like CJ is considered to be more proven now because he did it, rookie of the year, all that good stuff. So, but yeah, so I mean, it'll change how it goes throughout the year. You know, I try not to let it work me up too much because I know like you hear it all year, like, oh, he sucks, and like, oh yeah, he's great. Oh, he sucks, he's always great. It's like it'll pass, he'll be fine. So I try not to pay too much mind to it, but I'm definitely going to speak how I feel on it. And not to say that if you disagree with me that I'm, you know, thinking some kind of way. It's just my opinion. It's, you know, how sports goes. But the Dakota check says, I think Nico possibly being out with concussion will force the ball to spread around. Yep, that's a good point. We touched on that earlier. Erlen the man Harlan says it's only up for CJ now. We saw rock bottom. Yeah, I mean, I think he can have a great game. Cade says, I think my favorite thing is people talking about the Patriots when they haven't played a defense. Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it. Strength of schedule is certainly a factor. Who else we got in the chat? I appreciate all the comments, man. Like, we're feeling good, dude. So yeah, just a quick reminder, if you don't follow me on all platforms, either at Houston Stressans or Texans Commenter, website, HoustonStressans.com, got a bunch of merch. Even this shirt, even though half the people think he sucks, I got the him shirt. Hopefully he goes off and reminds people that he's him on Sunday. But yeah, I got all kind of stuff. My flag is available now too if you want it. You can use code Stroud for 20% off. Yeah, just trying to get caught back up. It's tough. Like these comments, I need to get super chats. I've been trying to do it. That'd be the easiest way to kind of get to the people that want to get their questions off. But I appreciate all the input and comments. I think I will transition now to going over to the game. Let me hit a couple more on here. You know, Kevin talking about the schedule for the Pats. Texans, CJ had a couple bad plays. Mind your business, my guy. Let's see. He said, bro, CJ not running is kind of something, though. We got to be real. He doesn't want to run. No, I said that. I mean, he needs to run. I came on here and said it. Like, playoffs are on. Like, fucking run the ball. I thought, hey, he didn't want to run post-concussion. You know, they don't want to get him hurt. I thought for sure he would start running. He did it last year in the postseason. You know, maybe today it's like, bro, fucking run, dude. I guarantee you I haven't watched it felt like watching the TV copy on that pick. It's like, bro, you could have ran for the first down. And, you know, it's tough because he's always looking to pass. And even those other two fumbles, he was trying to make a play, but he did it up in the pocket and they got his arm. He also said, too, in his post-game presser that they knew the Steelers are really good at hitting the ball and hitting the arm, which is what they did. The ball once and the arm the other time. But, you know, so it's like he extends the play a lot, like doesn't ever run because he's kind of buying time at the line of scrimmage. And then he's also indecisive, I think, too. Like, you got like Trevor Lawrence, like all of a sudden his game improved because all he did is like, Reed's not there, fucking run. You know, like as long as you commit to it, like you're a big dude with decent speed, you know, as long as you commit to it, you can be effective. But it's the indecision, like, I don't like even that slide. He's like, run, slide, then you get fucking popped, you know, like all these quarterbacks that are effective, like if you just commit to it and do it, he's kind of, you know, that's tough because he gets the home run and yeah, he just got to be. And I've been saying that since the first year. Like, I want to see him run more, but be decisive and smart. When it's there, take it. You know, it's like hitting the check down. Like, if you see the check down and it's wide open, just fucking hit it. And so look at it like a check down. Like, hey, if I have the ability on like any play and there's not an immediate wide open number one read to run for 5 yards, I'm going to do that. Take the 5 yards, right? So I'm not going to sit here and like it's tough because you do hit these big plays, but I don't like the boom or bust. That would be most beneficial for us in our methodical ball control offense to complement our defense. And I've been talking for 50 minutes straight. And this is crazy. Haven't even talked about, gone through the box score. It's just going back and forth. Patriots fans can look at us. Let's see. Texans, Missouri people also sleeping on a wide receiver room with Nico out. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Higgins too. Motherfucking Kirk stepped up. Like, that was great to see. Like, the first big pass to him on that corner, dude. That was a play that was like, it's man. He wasn't open, but he's right here and the man's underneath him, and CJ throws him up and like leads him open. That's one of those like chemistry plays they haven't had. They finally got on the same page. Like, that's huge, dude. And Christian Kirk was fucking clutch. Fucking clutch. I feel like every one of his catches on third down, dude. He was fucking clutch. Even like a couple of them were like 2-3 yard gains, but like tough, secure the catch, first down converters, keeping the drive going, dude. Noel had that one. That was a big play where Stroud, Titus got kind of put in his lap, so he couldn't throw it deep, which I don't know if it was that open as I thought. But anyways, a deep post and goes up for it. Tough catch, gets knocked out. Like, come down with that. But still, Noel could step in. Hutch had some good catches, tough catches. I felt like Nico was kind of getting bullied by Joey Porter Jr. I feel like he's a good corner. He was kind of physical. Like, I can't really complain because we're physical, but like, it felt like he was kind of getting away with some stuff. But Nico tends to struggle with, super physical cornerbacks. You could argue part of that was because maybe he was concussed early in the game and never got checked out for it. But, I thought Higgins played well too. So, yeah, I agree. The receiving core looks good. Shout out Jess. How we feeling? I feel good, man. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. He says, bro, we coming for New England. CJ going to clean up the mistakes. Didn't play a bad game. Facts. I agree. Christian Gonzalez was healthy last year and we smoked him, says Kevin. Facts. Let's see. Keep going. True. 10 games straight. Yeah, I wish I could read all the comments, but, I talk too much sometimes. So it's just the timing. If you have a question or a point you want to get across and I don't acknowledge it, just spam the shit out of the chat and I will acknowledge it. Product of the H, Stroud won't have another bad game. I agree. My guy, shout out Product of the H. Give him a follow if you don't on IG and TikTok. Does a great job. But yeah, and we got Shot by Riggs is on here. Coach P, J-Rock. His clock is off. Yeah, I think it was in that game because of the fucking snaps, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, the timing, like, oh, the ball's here. Now you speed it up and rush. And, we had been seeing a lot of that second year and the O-line was bad. And we've seen it at times this year, but not all the time this year. I think that was a big part of it was the snaps. Like, it's no coincidence that the two fumbles happened after a snap where he then went into freak out panic mode. So, and then it carried over on that interception. That was just inexcusable. But, I mean, he's still reading the defense great. He's still processing and making reads. He still made plays where he stood in the pocket and delivered the ball under pressure. I mean, he could have easily folded in that game. Like, there was a moment where it's like, oh my God, he's got the yips. This is terrible. Like, how is he ever going to come back? And he came and he fucking stayed in there and balled, dude. Like, there's a lot to be said about that, dude. A lot of people would have fucking been like, I'm out. Like, Anthony Richardson, he would have tapped the fuck out. And so Lionel Rodriguez, who do you think will be the go-to target this game? Anytime TD, bet, help, who you got? I think for a TD, it's got to be Higgins because he's a red zone threat. Even more so now with Nico out, he's the only red zone threat. So, I mean, if anybody were to catch a touchdown pass, it's got to be Higgins, in my opinion. You could see Kirk maybe, get some kind of schemed up look, but Higgins would be the safest pick, in my opinion. But yeah, so let me just kind of go through the box score. I'll try to keep interacting with the chat and do a quick little scan through that and then see how much into the Pats we can get into. Let's see here. Let me minimize this, and then I'm gonna go to ESPN. I mean, we've kind of covered most of the game, but we'll see what else needs to be said. Let me get this all lined up for you guys real quick. All right, and we'll go to where we at. Let's see, Pittsburgh Steelers. Supposedly they didn't play the Renegade song. Is that true? I know that's like their big song they play in the fourth quarter, but yeah. And then Mike Tomlin got fired. Rodgers probably retiring. Last play of his career is a pick six to Kalen Bullock, where he literally just shoves him out of the way so casually for a touchdown. The Sheldon Rankin scoop and score. What's crazy is obviously Will caused the strip sack, but really Sheldon caused it because he fucking destroyed the guard or the center, whoever it was, into Rodgers, and then Will stripped it. And then, yeah, he just picked it up and ran. If y'all haven't watched it on the Texans YouTube or clips on my social media, the DeMeco Ryans mic'd up is absolute fucking gold. Like, I mean, every time I listen to this, it sounds weird and sus to say, but like every time I hear this man speak, I'm like, this guy is incredible. Like he's, even just like regular talk, but like the mic'd up sidelines, bro, like him, he already was like this before, but now it's even more so. The fact that he's now gone fully into manager of the team as opposed to play caller and specific duties. And, by giving off play calling to Matt Burke, like he is literally just like there. But another thing too, I've noticed about DeMeco, he did a fucking interview during warmups on ESPN walking around and was like calm as fuck. Like one, the fact that you did it. Two is like you're talking and you're like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Like, we need to do this. We're going to be us. Like, and like, he's had this quiet confidence. I couldn't help but notice this week in the past coming weeks as things have started to gear up for this run is, he's a very reserved guy as far as like not boisterous or cocky, but he's been saying some things where he's not being cocky, but he's showing confidence. Like he's saying some stuff. I'm like, oh shit. Like this motherfucker's confident, dude. Like, and that's kind of how I've been confident. Like I'm listening to this guy. I listen to every fucking thing he says on every interview. I'm like, he feels good, dude. Like, and he's starting to talk his shit like in a respectful way. Like, yeah, you ain't fucking with us type stuff. And then yeah, that interview, like I watched that. I'm like, bro, like most coaches are like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm fucking getting ready for a game. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. And my point with that is like, that tells you like he's so confident in the work that's done. By the time the game comes, it's like, let's roll. Like, we're good. Like, we already worked on this. I coached you on that. You did this. We're better. We'll beat him. You'll beat him. Like, you can tell that is part of it. And as Main Way says on IG, stern leadership. That shit trickles down. Like, Will, Aziz, all those guys. Even CJ, like, he's chilling. Like, even though he's fucking struggling, he's good. He's not freaking out. Like, everyone has, like, and then, like, a microcosm or a bigger example of that is the 0-3. Like, we were fucking 0-3. He was like, we're good. Like, I know what the fuck happened. I know who we are. I know how we lost these games. Like, I know y'all fucking think we suck, but like, I know we don't. I know it's 3 fucking plays. We could be 3-0. Like, I'm chilling. My guys are chilling. And they've been like that the whole way. So like that helps a lot too. But I mean, I watched that interview with him. And then you watch the mic'd up. And so he's just out there having fun, bro. Like, I wish I was on stream because I was hype as fuck in this house, dude. Like on the touchdown, I was running around. Like I was doing the same shit that like when I watched him, I'm like, dude, he's like me. He's like a fan. Like he's getting fucking crunk, dude. Like he's just like us. And he's the head coach. Like, could you imagine if you're a player and your head coach is turning the fuck up? You're like, yes, dude. Like this guy like loves this shit. Whereas other coaches are like, Bill Belichick, we're like, good job. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, I know like Cignetti, I like Cignetti for Indiana, and he got criticized for not ever. I can check IG chat, Cam Vision. It's just kind of here and there. If you got a question, just let me know. If you want to get a comment, I'm kind of back and forth, but the best way is YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. But Kirk Cignetti, like, the people, like one of his players said, like, he's always mad. He's like, no, I can't show emotion when I tell them to stay locked in. I get that and respect that. That's who he is. But like DeMeco has a way of getting crunk, but also not overly. Like, he's like us. He's like, I feel like when I watch the mic'd up, y'all need to watch this shit. It's like 14 minutes of pure fucking gold. I'm like, dude, I had the same reaction. Like, I'm like, oh, pick that. Oh, he picked it. Run. Hit him. Yeah. And like, he's like, Rodgers comes like, yeah, hit that motherfucker. Like, that's what the shit I'm saying. Go score. Like, this is literally what the fuck he's doing. I guarantee you, all of us in here had the same exact reaction as DeMeco. And how crunk is that? And then they come to the side like, good shit. Like, yes, dude. Like, it is so awesome, bro. Like, I'm gonna go watch that. We'll have to watch the whole thing here, but dude, the DeMeco mic'd up was so legit. Tank Dell graphic to collab. Appreciate it. I mean, yeah, if you send it to me, I'll take a look at it. But yeah, dude, the DeMeco mic'd up was sick. BGHTX. I listened to Mike Vrabel and May Presser today scouting Texans. They didn't seem too confident. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to myself. My first time watching one of their pressers, but just didn't feel their confidence. Yeah, they said Patriots mic'd up. I wonder where that's at. But yeah, dude, DeMeco, like, bro, like, you just listen to him, and then, you know, and the whole time during the thing, he's like, run the ball, wear them out. And he said, they're gonna tap. Like, dude, like, man, like he knows what the fuck he's doing, dude. He is an old school coach. He understands football. He's not cut up in all this fucking new age bullshit. Like, he has enough of it. Like, this, our defense alone, like, the simplicity of it, the best defense in the league by far, one of the best defenses we've seen in a while. And, you know, I made a post too, like, I've been tracking all year, like, the points allowed, which includes special teams. And we lost the lead last game playing backups against the Colts. But I said, basically, I was like, all right, that's cool. Seahawks can have this moment and be the top defense by that metric. But, like, the postseason is where this defense will certify itself. And so far, so fucking good. 6 points, 2 touchdowns. 3 of those points were basically a 3 and out off of a turnover. And so they basically give up 3 points. And if the offense was playing more complimentary, it could have been even worse as far as turnovers go. But I mean, and then, like, the yards, like 150 something total yards. Like, dude, they fucking dominated, bro. And again, I made a post on this too. It is hilarious how it's pretty much every Texans game, but, like, every Texans playoff win coming into the game, you hear all this bullshit. And I did see that my tweet on this got posted on Reddit, and I went and checked the comments. Reddit fucking sucks, dude. Like, there's some good people on there, but there's, like, more of the little fucking people on there that suck on there than anywhere else. As far as every time I go on to Texans Reddit, or, like, have a post or make a post or see a post, there's, like, these fucking handful of people that, like, think they're holier than thou and, like, have, like, these, like, contrarian takes. It's always, like, some weird shit. But I had a tweet that was, like, talking about how all of our wins before and after in the postseason, like, there's all this talk about, you know, this guy's great, that guy's great, and then after the game, like, that guy sucks and this guy sucks and they were hurt. Like, basically how they're kind of pissing on it. And I go in there and they're like, well, no, like, that's not true. They were actually talking good about the Texans over the Steelers, and who cares what people say? And, like, dude, like, it's just these weird motherfuckers. Like, we're fans, bro. Like, what the fuck? It's all about analysis and watching other people and opinions. And yes, just because there may have been 60-40, you know, public or fan favor Texans, the Steelers, doesn't mean that there's also talk. I would fucking know. Like, I am on Twitter all fucking day and talk to thousands of fans. I see a bunch of shit. And you're going to try and tell me what I see and what I hear. I also watch every fucking clip of every analyst talking about our game. And I see that it's not just Stephen A. Smith and Ryan Clark that are Steelers fans that pick the Steelers. It's fucking guys like Alex Smith and Teddy Bruschi. Like, there's a shitload of analysts, Florio, et cetera. Like, there's a bunch of people that were on the Steelers. Anyways, that's the side point, the whole Reddit shit. So, exactly. It's the doomers, but it's the doomers. And it's like, I'm smarter than you. Like, they try to, like, belittle me and anyone else in there for being like, oh, quit talking about the past. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Anyhow, and so I was on there wasting my time rather than posting content for you guys, arguing with these fucking dweebs on there for a little bit. But a lot of profanity in this episode today. But yeah, so that's what's crazy about these Texans playoff wins. And this is true. Like, y'all are fucking fans like me. We're in the trenches. We see this shit. We watch all the clips. We fucking interact with opposing fan bases. The Browns game, they were calling Joe Flacco an MVP fucking candidate, were they not? Yes, they fucking were. And all these people are saying Joe Flacco, he beat them 2-3 weeks ago, which they failed to mention. We had a bunch of fucking injuries, I believe, with a backup quarterback maybe. Anyways, and the game wasn't quite as meaningful for us as them, but like, you know, they beat us in that game and like, oh, they're going to beat their fucking ass. Flacco's the man. He's so good. They're the best defense. And we go in there and we beat their ass. And then it's, oh, Flacco, he's old. He sucks. Yeah, of course you beat them. Oh, their defense. Yeah, they're not good on the road. They're only good at home. It's like, it's all this shit going up to it. And then it's like, they just flip it all. Like, you know, and what I'm saying is facts. Y'all know that. And then on Reddit, it's like, oh, that's not true. Like, why do you care? Like, shut the fuck up. And then on the other side of that too, the next game, the Chargers, same fucking shit. Justin Herbert, he's so fucking good. He's the best quarterback. He's so underrated. He's elite, great arm. You know, he's got weapons. You got Ladd McConkey. He's got fucking Quentin Johnson, all this shit. Like, best defense, top 5 defense, whatever it was, beat their fucking ass. It's the same shit. And then all of a sudden, you know, Rex Ryan called us a bye week. Like, come on, dude. We're not fucking dumb here. And then, yeah, as soon as they lose, oh, yeah, Herbert, he's not really that good. He has no weapons. The O-line sucks. The receivers suck. Oh, the defense was injured or this or that. And then now it's the same shit with the Steelers. Like, you know, people want to try and say that people weren't picking the Steelers. Yes, the fuck they were, dude. Like, even our own fans, which is fine. I'm not trying to like knock people for that, but to act like people weren't favoring the Steelers in this game and that you're crazy for saying that and you're just making it about you. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. But yeah, the Steelers, like, their fans, of course, fans are fans, but their fans were talking big shit. Like, all you heard was Aaron Rodgers. He's the fucking GOAT. He's smart. He's going to dice them apart. Oh, Riley Leonard beat them. Aaron Rodgers is a real fucking quarterback. He beat them with the Jets the year before. Blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, their defense is so fucking good. Like, which their defense did good on the turnovers, but we really marched the ball. Oh, our run game is shit. Their run defense is awesome. Blah, 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 blah. Beat their ass. Oh, yeah, congrats. You beat a 42-year-old man. He sucks. Oh, DK Metcalf. He's a fucking badass receiver. He's going to light you up. He's coming back. He's so good. After the game, oh, DK sucks. Yeah, of course. Yeah, DK can't do shit. Of course y'all beat us. Oh, the defense. Oh, well, you know, it all changes. So, I mean, anyhow, that's just my rant on that. How to get that off my chest. But let's see here. A lot of profanity today. I'm sorry for those that don't like it, and I appreciate those of you who don't mind it. So that's just me being authentic and passionate, but I can be better. All right, sip of water. I appreciate all y'all in the chat, especially on IG, even though I'm not getting to y'all. But yeah, I see Acho. Dude, I used to not like Emmanuel Acho as an analyst. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if he was like a hater or just maybe I saw like viral clips of him saying crazy shit. But like, at least with the Texans, he's been fucking speaking a lot of truth. And I feel like he's had some decent other takes in other areas. But yeah, Acho, dude. Yeah, shout out Nostradamus. Made some good points there. And man, been talking for an hour and 8 minutes straight. And we go to the let's go to the box score. You know, we had 21 first downs, they had 13. We were 10 of fucking 15 on third down. And Stroud played one of the worst playoff games in playoff history. And they're not going to talk about fucking Pat Mahomes having the worst game ever in the Super Bowl last year. Steelers, 2 of 14. That's the fucking game. We were 10 of 15 on third down. They were 2 of 14. That's the fucking game. And so total yards, 408 total fucking yards. And we're sitting here talking about how bad Stroud played. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Total yards, 175. Passing, we had 244. They had 112. Rushing, 164. They had 63. We had 3 turnovers. They had 2. 6 penalties for us, 3 for them. We were 2 of 3 in the red zone. There was obviously the one pick by Stroud. They were 0 of 2. Yeah, and time of possession, 32-27. And so Sammy Franco on IG, dude, Aikman was talking shit the whole game too. And that's like, I stand by this. Like, my belief where a lot of narratives are made as in like, who is calling the game? If you have Aikman over criticizing the fuck out of Stroud, now it's like Aikman said it. You don't even realize you're doing it. Like, subconscious, like you hear this guy's telling like, this guy sucks. This guy sucks. Like, yeah, that guy sucks. Like, that's how narratives are made. Like, I've been making this point for a lot of games, but like the Aziz thing. I'll stand by that. Like the Aziz thing got blown the fuck up by the announcers because they made that the biggest fucking deal in the world. Stroud's performance got overblown to shit. Like that throw before half to DeMeco, not a great throw, but Aikman made it seem like it was the worst fucking throw in the world. So now it's like, yeah, Stroud missed that throw. Oh, he did this. Aikman said this. Aikman said that. Like, dude, no. Like, go back and look at it. It's not that bad. So, yeah, Acho had a good breakdown. JJ says defensive guys love Houston except the guys on the arena. They fucking suck. Fuck the arena. Broncos fans. I hope we play the Broncos, dude, for fucking what's his face? Both those guys, TJ Ward and Talib. You seen Sean King said they should have benched Stroud for a series. Like, who is Sean King? That's crazy. No, they should not have. Like, could you imagine if they had benched Stroud like now, but you still won? And now it's a QB controversy, and we won 30-6. Like, yeah, good thing DeMeco is not some frail fucking emotional freak out like a lot of people are, But yeah, so box score: Stroud 21 of 32, 251 TD, 1 INT, 3 sacks. Rodgers 17 of 33, 146, no touchdowns, 1 pick, 4 for 36 sacks. 4 sacks for 36 yards. Woody Marks, dude. Let me make this bigger so I can see the yards per carry. Woody Marks was, where are you at, fam? Woody Marks was 19 of 112, average of 5.9. Nick Chubb, dude. Nick Chubb, 10 for 48, 4.8 yards per carry. Cade Stover had a 4-yard Stover Cats push. On their side, we held them to 63 yards rushing. Pretty damn good. And you hear all this talk about, what I said was the plan was don't fucking run man against Rodgers, and don't blitz him. And then when we did run man, it was cover 1 with the high safety and a robber. So you're not blitzing him, still only rush 4. We basically never blitzed the entire game. And we just ran, you do disguises, but it's not like real intricate. It's like real subtle, rotations of the safeties. But we basically ran cover 2, cover 4, cover 6, which is both of those. So 2, 4, 6, and 3, and then a little bit of cover 1. And we did not run any fucking cover 0. We did not blitz at all because Rodgers, when you blitz him, he'll dissect it, and that's when you get the big explosives. So they did exactly what I thought we should do. We should run zone, prevent the deep shots, and force him to check it down. He loves to do these fucking check downs to Gainwell and to Warren, and then their whole offense is throwing a fucking 2-yard swing route and then breaking a tackle and getting 15 yards. And guess what? I said that's just not going to work because I literally said throw these fucking screens and wide receiver screens, but we have Kamari Lassiter, the best tackling corner in the league, who will blow up fucking screens left and right, which is what the fuck he did. And then I said we have Jalen Petrie, who was our nickel, who was really a linebacker, who will even more so blow that shit up. And Jalen Petrie fucking blew that shit up all day, dude. He was destroying their screens. Like, it was the most predictable, game plan and then result that happened. And like everyone thought that they were going to do that and nickel and dime us to death. Like, hell no, dude. And shout out real quick, Jalen Reed. He came in, played, got hurt, came back and played a great game. I think I saw earlier from Aaron Wilson, I need to double check before the stream, that his house got broken into. I don't know if it was armed burglary or not, but that's fucking crazy. We need to find who did that. But yeah, Jalen Reed, played a hell of a game. Sheldon Rankins played a hell of a game. Obviously, Will and Daniil. I think the D lineman that rotated in, obviously Tommy Togiai is fucking solid. Fotu and Naquan Jones is making plays, as a backup rotational guy. Aziz, I think, played a really good game. I haven't even looked at PFF yet, which again, I don't believe it's always accurate, but sometimes it lines up. And I really haven't dove into the film. So this is just off of like me watching the game. But like, I think Aziz, just from like seeing what I saw, played a fucking great game. And the run game and the pass game, like there were times that he was just blanketing guys. DeMeco Ryans even said in his press conference on Monday or Tuesday that Kalen Bullock's pick was because of Aziz and his coverage. And it was an overthrow because of that. He was running down. Henry T had some good coverage plays. He had one play where he missed a tackle, but no blood there. Obviously, Stingley fucking lockdown. Kamari lockdown. That PI to me was kind of like, okay. Like DK, as soon as he got touched, you could tell that was their plans. Like, just fucking get a PI. And they had another one where they thought they should have caught it, where Kamari, barely missed it, and then the guy almost caught it before the ground, or tipped it, and then almost caught the tip. And yeah, he could have had a pick on one of those. He just barely jumped early. Was trying to obviously Kalen Bullock fucking balled out, pick six. Was all over the field before that. Big hits by everybody. Obviously, Petrie, Kamari, Aziz, Henry, like they were punishing people, dude. But yeah, so offense, it was pretty much Christian Kirk, 8 for 144, the most in Texans playoff history yards and a touchdown. And yeah, so they ran like almost 50% man, and Stroud was heavily pressured. Despite we had good run blocking. This was kind of the inverse. We had good run blocking and bad pass pro. Normally it's good pass pro, bad run blocking. So that's something to remember too, is like Stroud played that well with a shitload of pressure. BG says that Jalen Reed got carjacked. That's fucking crazy. I assume he's fine. That's terrible. Gain of funding research. Why do you think CJ struggles so much? Mental and physical pressure. They already discussed that earlier. He got at gunpoint by 4 dudes. One of the guys in jail already. Wow, man. I don't know where. That's scary, man. You got to be safe out there. You never know what can happen. But yeah, so I think that's kind of covers that. But go to PFF real quick, and we'll share this tab instead. How are we on time? 10:30. All right, we're Gucci. NFL premium stats. All right, go to Texans. Go to offense. Actually, let's go to menu. Let's go back real quick. Let's go to Texans, and we'll go to schedule. And man, holy shit. I mean, this checks out. The team grade was an 80.3, which would be their third highest graded game of the season behind. The Ravens was their highest at 85. Cardinals second highest at 82. And this was our third highest graded game. So playing our best ball at the right time. Offense, overall 76, one of our better offensive grades. I think it checks out. Passing 55, pass block 63, receiving 75, running 82. Hell yeah, our best run game of the year. That checks out. Run blocking 69, nice. Which is crazy. All we need is like decent run blocking to allow these guys room to run. That wasn't our best run blocking game of the year per PFF. And then defense, a 76. I don't know about that, dude. Run defense 54. What? Tackling 61. What? Pass rush 90. Yeah. Coverage 69. Nice. Okay. Let's go more into it. Go to offense. Get a sip of water. Wait, what? Someone said Jalen got robbed in the locker room, and everyone turned around like I did. I did? What? So did he? Did he not? I don't know. Anyhow, again, PFF grades, not the end all be all, but Christian Kirk was our highest graded player on offense. He was a 92.7. Ed Ingram, 87.1. Let's see. And Ingram was 73 in pass block, 84 in run block. That checks out. And then Fisher, 83. He was a 19 in pass block. Must not have very many reps. 79 in run block. And I did notice too, like that jumbo formation, dude. Like we had a jumbo with Fisher on the right side. You had fucking Trent Brown. We did it multiple times. Trent Brown, Fisher, and then you had Stover and Schultz. We had all 4 of those motherfuckers out on the edge with Woody running behind them. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's fucking genius. Like, that's a lot of mass, dude. Playoff football, dude. I love it. And then Jaden Higgins at a 79. I think that checks out. Woody 78, Chubb 72, Trent Brown 65, Andrew 65, Stover 65, Schultz 63, Hutch 60, Stroud 56. So yeah, I mean that checks out. The thing on that is like if we click on it, like I guarantee you his passing's not as bad. It's going to be the fumbles, which will be atrocious to weigh it down. Harrison Bryant 55. And so like for perspective, again, not the end all be all. Justin Herbert had like an 18 grade in PFF this week. And I wonder what Drake May was, just for reference. So maybe I'll just go for all the quarterbacks, but Noel 55, Nico 55, Ursary 47, Titus 43. That's crazy. All right, so let me go to let's look at that. Let's look at all the quarterbacks. PF again, it's not the end all be all, but just to like see if they show us. Why is this shit not unzooming? Sorry. There we go. All right. Let's go to by position, and we'll go to passing bait, quarterback, and we'll go to, let's see, can we do postseason and offensive grades on offense? So Stroud had the same grade as Brock Purdy and Rodgers, and Lawrence was roughly the same. And then Stafford was a 63, May at 64. So, I mean, yeah, it wasn't, and Herbert was a 29. So, I mean, that kind of matches up. But the thing is, it's the fumbling. He had a 15.2 grade on fumbling. I thought his passing was better than a 55. But anyhow, enough of that. But just to kind of paint that picture there, get back to the Texans, go to defense. Daniil Hunter, 90.5. Will, 86. Aziz, 84. I knew Aziz played a good game. That matches up. EJ Speed, 76 and 7 snaps. Oh, yeah, we got our backups in there. That's crazy. 75 for Jamal Hill. Kamari, 75. Yep. Damone Clark, 71. Autry, 69. Nice. Petrie, 67. But his run defense was an 81. Sheldon Rankin, 67. Run defense, 33. Pass rush, 89. Let's see. Stingley, 63. They hate him, which is checks out. They kind of hate Bullock too, 60.9. Tommy, 58. Henry, 58. Naquan, 50. Lecky Fotu, 49. Jalen Reed, 47. That's crazy. I got to look at the film still. And Barnett, 44. So, and then to kind of put a bow on this game, it is nice to kind of revel in it, but we can't do it forever. Let's get to NFL Pro to see if they kind of had any little tidbits on the game. And let's see here. And then after that, we can dive into the Patriots for a little bit. I already have. Why is it making me do this shit? Sign in with your NFL Plus account. Y'all don't look at my shit. All right. Y'all can't see it. All right. Uh-oh. I want to sign in with Touch ID. There we go. 1 sec. All right. What the fuck? Dude, now you're going to send me a fucking email code? Or y'all can't even see what I'm doing right here. It's having me do all this stuff. Sorry for the terrible show stuff. Waiting 1 second for this code. Playboy AR says CJ is getting the job done. Great quarterback. Center needs to get it together. Jake Andrews, we playing great football. We only need to score 20 points offensively. That is true. That is true. Sorry, I'm waiting for a code to log into NFL Pro because somehow I look at this shit every day and it just logs me out. Where is the fucking email? Come on, dude. All right. I'll just wait and read some comments until then. NFL Plus be like that. Yeah, they're hating, man. They don't want us to see the stats. Here it is. Got my login code. All right. 2754. All right. What other comments we got? John Expo on YouTube. How do you feel about the Patriots fans and media happy that Nico Collins is not playing? That's not surprising, but I mean, I also don't blame them too. Like, it's different if they're like cheering that he's hurt or they're just like happy he's not playing. But I mean, that's all of us. You know, you say you want to get someone's best, but you also will take it if they're missing an elite receiver like Nico. Let's see. Oh, because there's 15 different Jalen's. That's crazy. I got you. Lionel Rodriguez. I know they had a weak schedule. Yep. All right. We are on NFL Plus. So from like the chart, the Texans pretty much had control of the game for most of the game. Obviously, took away in the fourth. Go to insights. And these are post-game insights. Rodgers was pressured on 45.9% of his dropbacks against the Texans, the second highest pressure rate he has faced since at least 2018. He was sacked 4 times, including a strip sack, which was returned for a touchdown. He completed just 5 of his 13 pass attempts under pressure for 47 yards. He averaged an average time to throw of 2.98. Oh, he's gonna get the ball out quick. Yeah, it's like 2.32 on the year, something crazy. But guess what? We stop your screens on first and second down. You're now on third and long. You have to fucking throw it downfield. And also, they tricked him and confused him with our rotations. Like, the beauty of DeMeco's Ryan's defense, in it being so simple, it can also be complex. Shout out Black Lion. We were kind of talking about this, and he really kind of like said something that made me realize this, and it's kind of his point, really. But but less is more sometimes, right? So rather than these DCs, obviously it helps we have the personnel. I mean, the way DeMeco built the defense to, bookend elite edge rushers and 2 bookend elite corners, but still, regardless, like a lot of these DCs start doing all this crazy shit, and then you do it and it may not work, or you do it and you mess up, or you can, like, when I was in college in offense, I played in the Mike Leach system under Shannon Dawson, who's the OC at Miami. And what I really enjoyed about that is you see a lot of these spread offenses and you think, oh, that's super complex, but it's actually the opposite. It's kind of like DeMeco Ryan's defense in the sense that you run like 5 to 18 plays or 10 to 18 plays, if that, but you run a set of plays really, really fucking good with a couple options built in, and then you just run them out of different formations. So you make them look different, but it's the same shit, just from different spots. But the point is, like, you're not trying to be a master of all and a whatever of none, whatever that phrase is. And that's what we've done on our defense. Like, so the point being is, there's a couple points as far as like only rushing 4. Obviously, you have to have the talent to do it too, but only rushing 4. This is from someone else that I saw that made me realize it. But if you think about it, if you're just rushing 4 defensive linemen all game, and we rotate a shit ton, which people don't like, but we have our guys fresh. So whenever someone's in there, they're rushing hard as fuck every time. 4 defensive linemen running stunts and just fucking punishing your O-line, as opposed to running all these bullshit fucking sim pressures, dropping DNs back and bringing backers. If you were a lineman, would you rather block a backer or a fucking Will Anderson or Daniil Hunter every play? So if you think about it from that perspective, it's like play after play after play after play, these fucking animals rotating through, and the drop off is none too. Like, or I mean, obviously it's not as much as other teams. Derek Barnett, Danico Autry, got these other dogs coming in, and it's like not much of a step down, and that shit wears you down. So like that's an element of it. But also too, like on the back end, as far as like just getting in, too high and running cover 2, and then all of a sudden, like, so you kind of lull them to sleep, like if as far as y'all hit the like button. I appreciate that, user, whatever that is on YouTube. But as far as like, being simple in coverage, like if you're like rarely disguising, you kind of lull them to sleep, like, oh, they're not doing shit. And all of a sudden now you do it, it fucking catches them off guard. And it's the same with the up front too, with the D line. Like if you're only rushing 4, and then now all of a sudden you do a sim pressure and drop somebody here and there where it's not all the time, you lull them to sleep and catch them off guard, and now they're fucked. So like, and Rodgers got tricked like that. That's kind of what Black Lion's saying. And, I've seen a little bit of clips, but he made that point. But like, Rodgers he held onto the ball longer because he got fooled. Like he got lulled to sleep into thinking, okay, they're doing this. And then all of a sudden when they did do their, not a lot of disguises, they were much more effective. So rather than running fucking disguises every other play, you run them sparingly, but they hit at a much higher rate and have a lot more efficiency. So I'm sure there's a much more eloquent way to say all that, but that is, what did you say, Leonardo? Did you say doo-doo? I don't know. Did I say doo-doo? Anyhow, so let's see here. Stroud against the Steelers. He was 8 of 14 on attempts under pressure for 148, tied for second most yards under pressure of his career. I thought he played terrible. I thought he played like ass. Stroud was pressured on 48.6% of his dropbacks, the 5th highest mark of his career, including postseason. What the fuck are we doing? Chill the fuck out. He played pretty damn good besides a couple of plays. We already went through all that shit. He was sacked 3 times, including 2 strip sacks. and his one interception was on a clean pocket. He freaked out on that play, so whatever. Aaron Rodgers versus the Texans defense. The defensive back combined to allow. I got to take a sip of water, man. Shit. Hold on. All right. Aaron Rodgers, the Texans defensive backs combined to allow 7 receptions for 48 yards across 15 targets, 3.2 yards per target. The Steelers had most of their passing production come against the Texans linebackers in coverage, who allowed 10 for 82 on 15. Texans defense limited Aaron Rodgers to just 3 completions for 27 yards on 11 passes thrown outside the numbers. Locked down, bro. Will and Daniil. Will had 8. Hunter had 7 pressures, combined for 15, 1.5 sacks. They allowed fewer yards, 175, and a lower success rate, 28.6, than any of their games in the regular season, and scored 2 defensive touchdowns. DeMeco Ryans called this the best defensive performance in Texans franchise history. And after the game, Azeez Al-Shire and Will Anderson Jr. went up on the podium with Scott Van Pelt, and Azeez says there's still a lot left out there. We missed a lot of plays. And Will says our standard is so high, like we want to give up 0 points. And then Kalen Bullock said the same thing on Speakeasy with Emmanuel Acho and LaShawn McCoy. Our mindset is no points. And then I'll post a clip later, but in the locker room, Kalen Bullock says, everyone thinks coach is always mad all the time because he knows he holds it to a higher standard how great we are. He expects 0 points. So, overall, this defense generated a minus 33.4 EPA, the best performance by any defense in a playoff game in the last decade. Historically great defense. I've been saying it. I said it before the season. I've been saying it all during the season. DeMeco Ryans coached defenses have held opposing offenses under minus 28.5 EPA in all 3 of his wild card victories as the Texans head coach, accounting for 3 of the 4 best performances by a defense in the next-gen stat era in the playoffs. Holy shit, dude. And what's also crazy, too, is right now we're running simple defenses, and, the talk was, okay, playoffs will turn it up. But I said last week, this is not the game to do with Rodgers because of the blitz. Keep running simple shit, and the way they run, just run your simple shit. We could see it now with the Patriots, younger quarterback. You could see some more stuff. And DeMeco has shown the ability to have game plans like the Chargers game and Browns game. I don't believe those were as simple as what we've been seeing this year. You saw much more exotic stuff. So we could see much more of that against Drake May. I guess I have to dive in to see what he struggles against. We'll see it. Maybe not on this show. Maybe I'll do another show Thursday or Friday. But so we're not only rushing for and being simple because that's what we have to do. It's because it's what we can do. And that's what the game plan calls for. So as good as and so the 2 things that I see most often is this game plan against Rodgers, a lot of just zone, 2 high, single high safety. But also what I've seen this year is mobile quarterbacks. This is probably what the game plan will be now that I'm thinking about it. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, I forget who else there was, but mobile quarterbacks, we just run cover 1. Man on the outside, safety up high, middle linebacker is either a spy or he's a robber or both. He's just over the middle, robbing slants and digs, and then see if the quarterback runs and fucking hit him. That's Azeez, and that shit fucking works. So, but yeah, David said Will over the center again. I'm sure we could see some exotic stuff, especially on 3rd and longs. And so I would assume that we're going to run cover 1. And now it's our corners against their receivers, Kyle Williams, Stephon Diggs, Pop Douglas. I'll fucking take that. I'll take Sting and Kamari over that shit, dude. I mean, that's just my initial glance on that. But, yeah, so, oh, yeah, that was wild that Stephen A. called Christian Kirk Charlie Kirk. That was pretty funny. So, yeah, that's it on that. But Christian Kirk caught 8 passes for 144. It's 6 of those for 132. He was covered by Brandon Eccles. And so Kirk totaled the most receiving yards against a single defender in a playoff game since at least 2018. That's crazy. So he cooked the fuck out of that guy. He also recorded the most yards by any Texans receiver and individual defender in any game in the last 8 seasons against a single defender. Damn, the Steelers are dumb as fuck for keeping that guy on Kirk, dude. That's crazy. Brandon Eccles, sorry to hear about it. Woody Marks, dude, this is art right here. Rushed 19 times for a career high 112 yards and a touchdown. Before the game, in the locker room interview last week, he said, Aziz told me the regular season is where you make your money. The postseason is where you make a name for yourself. He fucking made a name for himself. He recorded 78 yards rushing in his lone score on 11 carries from jumbo personnel sets, the 5th most rushing yards from jumbo of any player this season. Jumbo package, baby. And he gained 56 yards before contact. We finally got blocking. Look what the fuck happened. He actually has room to make cuts. Let's see what else. The Texans rushers this season and 3rd most in the last 5 seasons. I butchered that. Sorry. He recorded a 42.1% success rate. His regular season was 35, helping the Texans average a season low 5.5 yards to go on 3rd down. You run the ball, you get into 3rd and manageable, opens the playbook. Wow, all of a sudden it makes passing the ball easier. And so if this continues, like Drake May's been great this year because he has a fucking run game. Daniel Jones early in the year was good because he had a fucking run game. CJ Stroud has not really had a great run game really for most of his career. Like if he gets a decent run game, he's going to be better and better and better. So like that's something to think about. So David, I truly have enjoyed watching Woody grow into a pro back. I agree with that. All right. And so let's see what else we got here. I think that was it on that. Man, what was the other point that I had? I don't know if I had another point on that or not. I guess we can go to start diving in on the Pats. I wasn't even sharing my screen the whole time. I was just rattling off shit. My bad. Damn, I'm an idiot. At least it wasn't like, I was supposed to be sharing this with you all right here. My bad. And you're supposed to be seeing all these cool charts and stuff. But it is what it is. I think what I will do is I'll try and give my voice a little rest and see if I don't have my AirPods. So I want to try and play a video, and it's going to probably play through my computer, and let me know if it's like unlistenable, if that is a word. And if that is the case, I will not do that. So I'm going to play this video about CJ Stroud talking about Christian Kirk. Let me know if the audio is annoying. I have to share that tab first. I am an idiot. There we go. All right. Let me know how the audio is on this.
I thought he played great. I think he's one of the best in the league. I think we've tried to find ways to get him the ball, but it just wasn't really working out. But that's what he can do. Been a big fan of his since I've been a kid. And just have him as a teammate and as a brother. We're really close.
Got my mic on.
Our
Let me know if
families
it's
are close.
bad.
So, I'm just super proud of that guy. I told him, it's not easy being in the year he's in, not having the.
Is it still clear with my mic on?
Stats wise. And for him, to keep going week in and week out, prepping the right way, to see it pay off, was really dope. So I'm super proud of him, and just keep it going with him. And he's a heck of a player.
All right, cool. So, yeah, Christian Kirk. I mean, that's true about Kirk. Like, he could have easily. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Appreciate it. He could have easily got down the dumps. Like, we all expected him to be coming and start playing like that for us, and it didn't quite go that way. So he could have easily gotten down or frustrated, but like he's a pro's pro. And he's earned, underwhelming regular season. He earned every penny in that game, bro. He earned every penny in that game. So all is good. But yeah, so I'm gonna scroll back and kind of play some interviews. I think we're getting close to just so much. I don't know how much we'll play, but I mean, it's fun, man. It's been fun. There's been a lot of good shit in here. A lot of good content to come out of this. So, but I'll just do this for a little bit just to allow myself to kind of catch my breath a little bit. But, oh boy, Tim Settle is getting turned. Oh man, there's some good videos on here. and there were some good pictures. Oh, and I had a lot of bookmarks. Oh man, that was fun. All right. So, okay. I found the beginning. Parker McCollum was there. Shout out Parker McCollum. Will to Laura Rutledge after the game.
Runs it in. What did you think as the big fella was rumbling toward the end zone?
Yeah, first thing I give all glory to God, man. Thank you, Jesus Christ, man. We have a scripture saying, man, let our light shine before you got that. When people see us play, man, they glorify your name. So just a shout out to Jesus Christ, man. And I told Rank, because I said, Rank, I had a dream. You had a scoop.
Is that am I tripping, or is that like a video like shout out Jesus Christ? Or is it like a whole separate video like Jesus Christ?
Score. But I mean, not a scoop score. I had a dream you had a scoop. But I don't know what's going to happen after that. And the dream came true somewhere. But Sheldon's a guy that I'm so happy to have back here. He was a big vet in my rookie year. And to be able to be in the playoffs with him again, man, it's just spectacular.
Apparently, Jenkins runs it in.
All right. So, yeah, Rodgers embraced the Neil Hunter. Jamal Hill and Kalen Bullock were turning up in the locker.
Thank you for sending your bankroll, A-Rod. Appreciate that bankroll, A-Rod. Appreciate that bankroll, A-Rod. Appreciate that.
Features like chill. DeMeco. Yeah, let's see. This picture was funny. That's hilarious, dude. Frame it. Yeah, I was dunking on some people. This is awesome. This is via Jalen Reed's Instagram. Then, looking at Kalen Bullock's.
Who that say?
Bullock, pick six versus A-Rod.
Let me get that. Who that say?
Evidently, that's, I don't know, but it's like some viral guy that does that move. So, but yeah, they're having a good time. This one's not loading. Tim Settle right here. So someone says, I know it's crazy. Brent says, I know it's crazy, but if CJ balls out while Nico is out, do we consider trading Nico when the Anderson and CJ contracts hit? No, because I feel like people are failing to realize CJ and Will's contracts. One, they have 2 years left when they're eligible, plus a fifth-year option, so they'll have 3 years or 2 to 3 years left, like however the math works out. And then on top of that, the way you structure these contracts is you defer and backload it. So you're really not going to have these mega cap hits until like 5 to 6 years potentially. So as bad as it seems, you're going to kick the can as far down the road as you can. And with the way the league is increasing salary cap numbers year after year after year, what that number is now won't seem nearly as bad when the time comes. And that's assuming that Caserio does what he's always done, and the fact that he gets way out in front of it and signs like as soon as you're eligible, and potentially overpay at that moment. But then the more time goes on, all of a sudden that deal looks better and better. Just look at Daniil Hunter, look at Derek Stingley, look at Nico Collins, like all these guys that he extends early, ends up being steals, within months. So the answer for me would be no to that. And also, Nico is a unicorn. This was funny. I know people were tripping, but CJ after the game taunting a fan. I don't know what the fan was, probably flicking him off, I guess. I don't know, but
See you later, you man.
then he gapped up Gray. But people are like, oh yeah, you had a bad game. Like, to me, it's, and you listen to him, like he said he had a good game in his presser, and people, like when he says stuff like that, like there were times early in the year he had a presser and like we had a bad game or loss and offense didn't look good. And he's like, oh, I think we did good. I thought we were close. I thought, I was seeing it well. And people are like, oh, what the fuck you talking about, idiot? No, you're not. Like, one, he's right. And two, it's what he believes. And three, you want him to be confident in himself. If he was thinking like the rest of us, he would fucking suck because he would have gave in and quit. Like, so I like it from that sense. Like, he's not moping around. His team fucking won 30-6. So, yeah, I mean, who cares if everyone thinks that you played the worst playoff game in NFL history? So I am not a hater of that. So let's see here. That female from Schittsburg was so confident with her team. Yeah, that girl is crazy, dude. I had to dunk on her a little bit. Brandon, you think the Rankin story makes some players want to re-sign here for less? I think players want to come here to fucking play for DeMeco Ryans and resurrect their careers. I mean, look at Tim Settle, Mario Edwards Jr., etc. Like, if you're a scheme fit and you fit like if you can fall in line with the culture, we're always going to get value. So that's part of the equation too, like paying CJ, paying Will, like, and we can draft. Like Jalen Smith is still sitting out there for us. I mean, we still got young bucks like DeMeco can draft. They can scout. Like we're good, bro. Like, and that I would imagine will be the eventual evolution of this team. Is how this shit works. This is how this whole, I thought last year it could be the 2012 Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl the second year with the rookie quarterback on their second year of the deal. And that would have been CJ's last year, but now it's this year potentially. And that's because you have all these resources in your defense because you have cheap, rookie quarterback and you're not paying your quarterback a shitload of money. But, and then you get through that and eventually the structure of the capital allocation of your team shifts. Right now it's heavily defense and not a lot of offense as far as cap space. But as you pay your quarterback, you're going to have to fucking pay him, and you should, and we can, and we will. Then now you have to start to get more of these maximize value on the defense through draft picks, through, finding veterans or whatever, taking deals. But again, that's not going to be for a while. I know people think, oh, next year, like it's going to be 4 to 5 years potentially as far as like the major cap hits go. But that evolution will come eventually as far as the financial structure of the team. Yes, that is Tim. I'm trying to get Tim settled. He was watching the game. Will the Texans be able to handle the stone cold Harold Landry? I don't know. I haven't really looked into that much. JJ Sugar, Harbaugh is with the Giants now. Random, I know, but thoughts they might win their division next year. They did hire Harbaugh. I think the Giants are kind of fucked in the sense that Jackson Dart is just good enough to prolong them from getting a real franchise quarterback. I like Jackson Dart. I think he's a great fantasy quarterback and will do some stuff to help them win, but he's not a long-term answer. His game is not sustainable. And I feel like they're going to build around him. And within a year or two, they're going to be looking for another quarterback and they'll be fucked again. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. And so this was a bar by Aziz to Scott Van Pelt.
How hard is it to trust the plan, though, when you're 0-3? And history says this is not the path to make a Super Bowl.
History says Mike Tomlin doesn't lose on Monday Night Football.
Let him know, dude.
About who you are that day, any given Sunday, and at the highest levels, this is the best of the best.
Okay.
With elite players all over the field. And, man, when you got a coach like Coach DeMeco, I've been with him since I was a rookie. Like, man, he can get you to believe that you can run through a brick wall. So why not, man? We just trusted the plan and put our heads down. And when you start executing the plan, you see the results. And that's why he is who he is.
With that in mind.
It was dope. This cold pop freaking edit from Howard, the grill and the watch is pretty sick. Shout out Cole Popovich, man. But yeah, DeMeco, 11 wins, 0 playoff appearances before he got here in the 3 years. The 3 years he's been here, 35 wins, 3 divisional round appearances. C.J. Stroud is the 5th quarterback since 1950 to make the divisional round in each of his first 3 seasons. Like, quit talking shit about him. Shit. What else we got? There's also some good stuff in here. Here is Kalen Bullock on Speakeasy.
Who the biggest killer on the defense? It's a lot to choose from.
It's a lot of them.
It's a lot to. Hey, last of the said it was him. Last said it was him. Who the biggest killer on the defense?
Say ourselves. Everybody gonna say themselves. You talk to anybody, they gonna say I'm the biggest killer. Like I seen Kamar. Hey, this first person off the bus go pop that shit. Put me out there. And we all got that mindset. That's
Who the big?
Bunch of dogs, dude. Yeah, okay, what else we got? DeMeco after the game, right here.
It was an outstanding defensive performance, one of the best that I've seen, especially versus a really talented offense, talented quarterback who's played at a high level for a long time. So I'm proud of our defensive performance. I think this is the best performance we've had in our team history. So I'm proud of our guys for that, to limit the points, to take the football away, not only just take it away, but to go score. You get 2 defensive touchdowns, that's a big deal. It doesn't happen much. And so I'm proud of our guys. Rankin played an outstanding game. Kalen was able to finish with the interception there at the end. But just overall, we knew we had to tackle well coming into this game. We knew we had to cover one of the better receivers in the league, and DK Metcalf knew we had to cover him well. Our corners owned up to that challenge, and they did a great job.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, also on Dart too, it's not just because he'll get hurt, but like, I don't think he's not a pocket passer, bro. Like, his game is good right now because it's like you catch defenses off guard and he's mobile, but like, his game is not sustainable, obviously from the injury standpoint, but also not from like a production standpoint. Like, I mean, Jaden Daniels kind of saw some of that. I mean, obviously he's hurt and he's still young. I'm not saying that's Jaden Daniels is, on down to his level, but I'm just saying that I don't see Jackson Dart just his game alone, and then also him getting hurt too. But yeah, so I'm thinking with the time, I'm going to go through and finish these videos on my timeline, and then either tomorrow night or Friday night, we'll do like a deep dive on the Patriots, go through their schedule, go through PFF stuff, lineups, roster, go through all the NFL Pro stuff. So that'll be the plan for the rest of this show, fellas. DeMeco after the game right here.
Hey, if you want to play good football, you want to play good playoff football, you got to play great defense, right? Defense, that's the least amount of yards allowed in Texans playoff history, least amount of points, right? Then you bang it on top with 2 defensive touchdowns. Ring. Outstanding job, Ring. And Caleb, where you at, Caleb? All right, guys. And most of all, guys, it's a lot of history being made. This was the first road playoff game for the Texans, all right, in the history of the organization. So congrats to all you guys. It took everybody in here to get that done. But as we all know, that's just one. That's right. We got to go get a few more. All right, that's just one. That's just one. Great job coming here, handling business, doing what we got to do. Back to work. Back to work. It's a pleasure. It's a blessing to continue to work. You guys earned that right. Now, how we put the work in, now we know we got to go up to England next week. Let's go get it done. All right? Yeah. Love you guys. Appreciate the work. Texans! Whoa!
Dude, leader, dude. He has so much command of that locker room. That is insane. Kalen Bullock after the game via DJ Bieneme. Right here.
Sure, I think everybody knew we the best defense. The whole world knew that. Every time we go out there, we show it. We went out there and showed it today. I don't think you scored a touchdown.
To do that against a player of his stature, Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks. What does that mean to you? How special is that?
That's a dream come true. I've been watching Aaron Rodgers since I was like in elementary. So just to get that pick 6 on him, that's gonna get framed.
Could be his last game too.
Yeah, facts.
Mixon was tweeting us, baby. Let's go. Here's another video with Bullock from DJ.
Just eyes on the quarterback. I knew he was trying to get the ball out quick. Our D-line was getting from the whole game. Get the ball right to me.
Were you determined to take it all the way once you?
Yeah, I told Five was mic'd up today. I told him that drive, I'm going to score if I catch this ball.
What do you think about
all this shot? I love how, like, I think he said it after the Josh Allen pick too. He's like, "Threw the ball right to me." I love how he says that. It's so like degrading to the quarterback. Yeah, threw it right to me. That's true. Yeah, the fans, on the post game set showed out, dude. That was pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. Playoff history. Oh, dude, Ben Skoranek. Ben Skoranek was grabbing private parts, dude, of Jalen Noel. This is unbelievable.
A gain of 4 if
Look
it stands, and right now it's standing.
Pinch. He was grabbing his junk, and then like in the game, you saw Noel get mad. And you're like, "Oh, what's he tripping for? Don't get a penalty." And then Jalen Noel quote tweeted and says, "This is what we're teaching on the Steelers. Wonder what his wife thinks about this." Like calls him out pretty good. Yeah, I saw the hardball to the Giants. That's a good fit, dude. I mean, like just from an organizational standpoint. Yeah, with Scattaboo too. I think I think it could work temporarily offensively with Dart and Scattaboo. Like, I mean, Harbaugh had Lamar and they ran him, and you basically, who knows? Maybe the Todd Monken got fired. You're gonna bring Todd Monken and run that same shit over there. So, yeah, they're gonna run, and they got a decent defense, so they could be You know, I don't think Dart is the answer long term, but I think that they can make it shake and be a fringe playoff team this year, if not this year, next year, as far as just they'll run the shit out of the ball with Scattaboo and Dart, you know, and they'll design an offense that's catered to his skill set now that I'm thinking about it. Here's Will talking about rat poison, Nick Saban.
You learn there that's just even getting more and more sharp.
Real quick, I was going to tweet this, but this Kinesio tape or whatever, he looks like Game of Thrones, like one of the dragons, where he's got like the scales on his arms. Kind of sick. But yeah, here's his answer.
And focused here under DeMeco that will serve you well.
Yeah, it's not taking the rat poison. Not taking the rat poison.
Nick's smiling. If he's still awake at this hour, Nick's smiling right now.
Saban, if you see this,
no
we're
rat
not
poison?
taking the rat poison, Coach. We're not taking the rat poison, but we're talking about a guy who loves challenges or who loves the process, and his mentality was to get better. How can he overcome that challenge? That's something that I take with me now. Is like, man, every day is going to be a challenge that's presented to you. Every game is going to be a challenge that's presented to you. Every season is going to be different. How can you overcome that challenge? And that's the great thing about football, man, is you get an opportunity to do that week in and week out.
How can you not love Will? He's a man. And let's see what else we got. There's a video from Big Sarge. He shows Aziz doing the Mike T celebration. That's hilarious, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, let's see what else we got. We got DeMeco Ryans on the run game right here.
Yeah, before I talk about Woody, I got to talk about the offensive line. All right, the offensive line did a great job of controlling their front. That was our main key to victory, is how we're going to control their front, one of the best fronts in ball. And our offensive line did a great job of really controlling that, sustaining their blocks. And then Woody came in, he ran the ball well. Also, Chubb ran the ball well. All the guys did a really great job rushing it. And I'm really proud of that last drive there in the fourth quarter, like how we milked the clock down and we ran the ball. And Will is proud of that effort by our guys.
Yep, an icer, dude, to ice it out. But yeah, let's see. Shout out Nosh, I see in the chat, brother. Talking about Harbaugh, and then Rich Boy J. Shout out Rich Boy J. He talks about Adam Thielen joined the Texans retirement tour. Yep, I saw that today too. Here's Woody after the game, real quick with the clip.
I did a great job. Inviting double teams up to the linebackers. We was reading all day. I'll say the running back room ran it all day. That's how we got the big runs. In the playoffs, you go 5 yards is great.
Facts.
Just grinding. We grinded. We was pounding out there.
Facts. And so basically he's saying inviting linebackers to double teams. So that tells me in the double teams that they're not so eager to leave and go to the backer. They're waiting. You allow the backer to now commit, and then you take them. So otherwise, if you go too soon, they can just move around you. But once they come downhill and commit to an angle, you now have the ability to drive them off the block. Bro, this shit was so dope, dude. This video, I love this video. This is the new Legion of Boom for sure.
Hold on. Let me tell y'all the stats. We really got the best DBs though, and can't nobody mess with us. Go ahead. Just like that. Let me hold on. Let me tell you something.
Nothing.
First team off right here. We had 3 TFLs in one play. zero pass rate. Pick 6.
And he's just that boy. Mask up. He that boy.
Oh man.
Hold on. Let me tell you.
Like they're so young, they don't know any better. Like in the sense that like they talk their shit, bro. They've been like that. They were doing this shit. I forget after which game. After KC, like you love it, dude. Like some people may get turned off by the confidence and be like, oh, that's arrogant. Nah, fuck that, dude. Like in this day and age, like, and that's part of like the messaging that DeMeco is sending too. Like, this is Aaron Rodgers. People might get caught up in like, oh, it's Aaron Rodgers. DeMeco was like, no, like this is about us. Like there were several times during the week when he was asked about Rodgers and he would talk about him, give him a flower. He's like, but it's not about him. It's about us. And that was like one, kind of like preaching confidence in his guys, but it's also like letting y'all know, like, it don't matter, bro. Like, we don't care. And so, these young guys, like, they're not, you know, old or scared enough to be worried about Rodgers. Like, nah, like I don't give a damn. Obviously, he is 42, but it's like, you know, a young player could get, oh no, it's Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs and get hesitant. Like, no, fuck that. Go do what you do. You are the new wave. You run this shit, dude. So I love that about them. But let's see what else we got. Mike T started his presser like this after the game. He got fired after.
Oh man, certainly a disappointing end to our
didn't get fired. He stepped down, but I'm sure he was fired.
Season, but you certainly got to give Houston a lot of credit, in particular their defensive unit. I thought they ruled the day. They certainly had a reputation for that coming in, and they confirmed it with their performance. And that's just how it goes. We didn't capitalize off of turnovers in the first half.
That's just how it goes, man. All of a sudden, the Texans now have an 11.9% chance to win the Super Bowl via this CBS thing. So, you know, they've been hating on us all year, bro. It should be higher than that. And via NFL researcher on X, passer rating if a QB threw every pass into the stands, 39.6. Passer rating when targeting notable Texans defenders in the playoffs since 2024. Kamari Lassiter, 6.3. Stingley, 17.3. Kalen Bullock, 33.3. So you are better off throwing the ball into the stands as far as your passer rating is concerned. And then DeMeco after the game on Stroud.
Yeah, I love that. You know, we had some bad plays that happened for CJ, right? And he didn't waver. You can easily go in the tank, right? But he didn't waver, and that's who he is. He's a resilient young man who's able to bounce back. You know, anybody can go in the tank. You drop the ball a few times, throw up, like, you keep battling. Like, the game isn't over. It's a 60-minute football game. You keep battling until the end, and that's what he did. He made some big throws for us, right? Some huge passes that allowed us to get in striking distance and go score.
Facts. You love to hear that from your coach, too. It's perfect, dude. Yeah, Kyle Brandt talking about Petrie. Yeah, here's Ed Ingram.
Ed Ingram is a physical football player. Watch him come down right there. Chip the nose, help the center. Now look at Peyton Wilson, number 41. Climb downhill. Boom. Get up underneath him.
Little boy.
Throw him out the club. Boom. Drive him. Finish. Throw him.
Ingram's a dog, dude. C.J. Stroud and DeMeco Ryans are the first QB head coach duo in NFL history to win by 20-plus points in the wild card round in each of their first 3 seasons, bro. We own that weekend, dude. Now we got to own this weekend. Here's C.J. Stroud on the snaps and the fumbles.
You know, we had some problems with the snaps. Me catching them, you know, got to find a way just to catch them and then take care of the ball. You know, we knew on tape that they did a good job of, you know, punching at the ball or trying to, you know, get you to, while you're throwing, get your throwing arm. So, you know, I try to work on that throughout the week. But they make plays, and I think these games, the playoffs games, from my experience, like, they're going to make plays. We're going to make plays. It's all about, you know, moving forward and, you know, trying your best to, you know, flush it and keep going. So, you know, I thought, you know, every time we had to bounce back, you know, we made more plays. So,
facts.
I mean, I'm proud of our guys for having a little bit of resilience in those moments. And, you know, to finish the game like that was really dope.
Facts. Yep, Letterman jacket game. We need revenge for this so bad. Will Anderson on him and Sheldon Rankins.
I said, but we be up to no good. We be up to something always happen with me and him together, bro. We be up to no good. But I told him, I said, but we be up.
Soundbite. Let's see. Rich Boy J, if the Bills win, imagine how hyped the Texans will be going into Sunday knowing they're playing for the. That's a good point. I didn't think about their game being before ours, and that could be on the line. That's especially for fans too. That's dope. Great point. Let's see. Matt Burke is getting some praise. There's Christian Kirk. Didn't really say much. Emmanuel Acho. Acho has been speaking nothing but facts on
what we're witnessing with the Houston Texans is a generational defense. Not a good defense, not a great defense, not an elite defense, a generational defense. Aaron Rodgers threw more touchdown passes to Texans defensive backs than he threw to his own receivers. The Texans defense had more touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers, had more touchdowns than Justin Herbert. Hell, they had as many, if not more touchdowns than their own offense. This Houston Texans defense will take the Texans as far as they want to go. And you all missed something during the broadcast. I encourage you to watch it. Shady, he said it sitting next to me. DeMeco Ryans, after they ran in that last touchdown with Woody Marks, he looked to a sideline and he said, wear them out. Because that's the Texans' defensive and collective philosophy. We are going to beat you down until you like it. And that's what this Texans defense did. You got Danielle Hunter, you got Will Anderson. I don't care what voters say, and I'm one of them. They're both all pros.
You're talking about wear them out, but that's also the mindset on offense, too. He was talking about the O-line.
You got Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley. I voted for them, both all pros. You got Kalen Bullock, you got Petrie, dominant players. This Texans defense is generational, and so long as this Texans offense just doesn't give the ball away nor the game away, this Texans team will go as far as they want to, Five.
Facts. Yeah, so I was just thinking, too, like, we had the short rest advantage playing fucking Monday night. You know, Patriots played Sunday night. And so, you know, and we had to travel to Pittsburgh, come back, now travel to New England, and they're sitting there the whole time. And then now if we were to win, you know, then now we would play the winner of the Bills and Broncos who are playing on Saturday. So it's like, what the fuck, dude? This scheduling stuff is fucked. Yeah, going back through the rest. Nosh says Drake May does not want that smoke. Yeah, we're going to the AFC Championship game, fellas. Actually, if we make it and it's at home, we're all going. Here's Shady McCoy on the game.
That game even happened. I didn't care what the game was at, Pittsburgh or Houston. They was going to win, and then I don't know if Aaron Rodgers played that bad. Like it's like, what could he do? When you really watch that game, it's like what the pressure was so enormous. The way they played on defense, they swarmed to the ball. Every tackle you heard the thump, boom, boom, boom. So I just thought that there was nothing that Steelers could do. They couldn't block them, right? And then they're not that type of offense that move the ball all day and all night. And if you watch the game, the Steelers defense played well, right? They gave up some yards. That's cool. But they made turnovers when they needed to.
Yeah.
But CJ Stroud today, you could tell he seemed a little nervous, right? And they moved the ball when they made them turnovers. Yeah. It didn't matter because the defense was that good. Like I thought this game would be like a defensive game, I don't know, 3-12 or something like that. But it's gonna be hard to beat the Texans though, because they run the ball extremely well. And they play great defense.
Let's see. But yeah, so Life of Colby, good point. I didn't bring that up, but yeah, DJ Bieneme broke a story on CJ Gardner-Johnson, like behind what happened. Basically, it was that Jaguars play where it was late in the game. Brian Thomas Jr., it was man. They were supposed to switch if somebody went inside, and CJ Gardner-Johnson didn't. And Kamari was mad and like yelling about it, but not at CJ. And then CJ Gardner-Johnson got upset and thought they were like teaming up on him. And then like Stingley was like talking to him to tell him to chill out. And like they were like in a verbal altercation. And supposedly went into the locker room. Supposedly wasn't physical. But like after that, like they're like, nah, you got to go, bro. So kind of cool to see that, you know, Stingley will step up if need be. And also Kamari, like he's not afraid. Like, he don't care who you are. Like if you mess up, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. You know, that's accountability. So that's good to see, despite the age that they, you know, all got their stuff. But here's Aaron Rodgers after the game telling, you know, the dirtiest player in the league to a lot of soft ass fans, Azeez Al-Shaair, that he loves his game. Go figure. Who would have thought, dude? I thought, you know, if he's such a dirty player, wouldn't a quarterback such as Rodgers, you know, not respect him and tell him that he loves his game? I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of good clips going around for the Texans. So Chris Canty, he's making sense here.
No, he's not in the way because CJ Stroud's turnovers haven't seemed to affect the Houston Texans in terms of their outcome, right? Like the Texans are 3-0 when CJ Stroud turns it over 3 times or more.
Insanity.
Yeah, the Houston Texans defense this year, the fewest opponent points.
When have they called drop snap fumbles? Like that pisses me off. 5 fumbles. They're fucking botched snaps that weren't even close to being recovered.
Points off of turnovers this season. They've only allowed 29 points off of the giveaways that the Houston Texans offense has had. And conversely, the Texans offense is 4th when it comes to points.
So you see that shit? This fumble here, it's a drop snap Timing's fucked up. CJ freaks out, and then a bad play happens.
Points off
It all
the
starts from the
turnovers
fucking
this
snap.
season.
That's it.
They've only
Watch this
allowed
play coming up.
29
Drop the snap.
points.
Freaks out. There's pressure. Doesn't know what to do. Tries to make a play. Steps up. Guys are right there. He should take the sack. Tries to throw it away.
The Texans offense
Gets
is
it
had,
knocked out.
and conversely, the Texans
start with the
offense
snap.
is fourth when it comes to points off of turnovers. So sudden change when their defense has to make a stop, they get it. Sudden change when their offense gets a short field, they cash in. That's a formula for success. And the Houston Texans' ability to now to be able to run the football.
And so, like, Stroud has done a great job in, like, dialing it back and, you know, not trying to make the big plays. I think he was trying to throw it away there, but it felt like he was trying to make big plays here when he didn't need to, but they were catapulted by something that jolted an unhandled snap, whether it was his fault or whatever. Like, that was the issue that set you. It wasn't he dropped back. He had the one, you know, pick that was different, but, like, most of them were started by, like, a frantic thing that set things off.
Ball with Woody Marks and Nick Chubb, that recent development is why I'm bullish on them. If you got a team that can capitalize on takeaways, if you got an offense that can run the football, and you got a defense that can knock the other team's quarterback down, you're going to have a lot of success in this league, especially in the playoffs.
He's speaking facts. Oh, DeMeco mic'd up for the 2 touchdowns.
Hey, let's take the ball. Let's go score. Keep your depth. Keep your depth. Depth, disease, stay back in the middle. Then we got it. Go, 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 go.
Was that not what everyone else did in your house? He's like a fucking fan, dude.
Rodgers in the pocket. Rodgers flinging it downfield and picked off.
Go score.
Go score.
That's what I said.
Go score.
Hit him.
Hit it. Get in there. Boom. Get in there.
That's so sick, dude.
Made that defense wins. Run the ball, play good defense. I think that works. Hey,
oh my God.
take
How
the
can you
ball,
not
let's-
get hyped for that, bro? Come on. Yeah, so Acho said that the Texans secondary should be the Fantastic Four, and here's some photos that were going around. I thought they were pretty cool. I don't know the characters' names, but the Rock guy, Petrie, the Invisible guy, Stingley, the Fire guy, Kamari, and then long arm dude, Kalen Bullock. I mean, hey, it's pretty dope. Got a Patriots fan in here. Okay. How you guys feeling about the game, buddy? And then we got a Buffalo fan. Let's go Buffalo. I appreciate all the opposing fans coming in. Much respect to you guys. And then IU says, in this postseason, we either make him the highest paid QB or we have to take a pay cut. Well, we'll see. And then Michael Bryan says Houston Texans are reminiscent of the 2000 Ravens. I could see it. Yeah, the fact that they're calling drop snaps a fumble was crazy. Shout out Vossility says Seth Payne made a good point the other day. Stroud, most QBs don't grow up wanting to feel like Trent Dilfer, like trying to do too much. Yeah, so I mean, especially if you are a playmaker and then you're asked to throttle it back, you can. But at the end of the day, the stage is big. Like, you want to be the fucking guy that the reason why you win. You know, it's tough. Because I mean, look, he's been winning games. He's been getting shit on. Like, oh, he didn't do shit. And he's probably like, fuck it, I'm going to go turn up, you know? And then, oh, now, you know, it's tough.
You know, I think, you know, we've tried to find ways to get him the ball, but, you know, just wasn't really working out. But that's what he can do. You know,
yeah, we listened to that earlier. That was Kirk. So we're making our way. We're almost there. Yeah, and so here's Aziz and Will about the mindset of the defense.
Is this the best 60 minutes of football that your side of the ball has played?
Man, it's crazy because with all of the stuff that happened today, 2 defensive touchdowns, I mean, only giving up 6 points, and it was still more out there. It was still more for us to do, man.
You feel that way, Will?
Most definitely. You know, our standard is so high in our room and in our defense. It's like, man, like, we get these takeaways, we do all this amazing stuff, but how much more can we fine-tune the details in our job for no points? And that's the standard, no points. But obviously, it's the league. Teams are good. Teams are going to score. But how do we come back and get better at those things?
All right.
No points. That's the standard. Nosh says, stealing going to shut Booty down. Ideas, Aubrey. He gets the same criticism when he was at Ohio State. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see what else we got. Our Patriots friend says, I feel like it's going to be a great game from both sides. I agree, man. It should be a really good game. I feel like it's like every Texans game. It's like a 20-17 type game. Here's Kalen Bullock on, let's see, the mentality.
No points. Is it hold them to under 21? What's the goal going in every game?
Go out there, hey, shutouts every single time. If they get field goals, hey, don't let them get in that paint. That's our mindset. We feel like we can do it every single time we step out there.
Hey, you talking mindset?
Crazy,
You talking
bro.
about?
And here's I redid the clip of this angle of Bullock just shoving Rodgers. So
Get in there. Let's go. Get in there. Let's go. Get in there. Let's go.
literally shoving him into retirement. Hilarious. I saw this too. Will Compton and Taylor Lewan on Up and Adams talking about Vrabel, how he's going to find flaws in Will and Daniil's game. Like, they're making points, but they're making it sound like Vrabel is just this film savant guru. Will find this weakness. Hey, you do this and you do it and you stop so-and-so. I was like, come on, dude. It was like, we also get to watch film. This is hilarious. I was hesitant to post a clip of it. Yeah, okay. This is
For the Houston Texans first.
Woody Marks post game with
Here's
James
Woody
Slater.
Marks. How's it feel to be on the road for the Houston Texans' first road playoff win?
It's amazing. Just to be with this group, from where we started to where we at now, and come out and get this win, this place, this environment. It was tough, but we stayed together. And when we went in at halftime, we all linked up together and we found the way to finish the game.
You know, I'm kicking myself. Before this game, I said the run game was not part of the Texans' bread and butter on offense. 19 carries for you, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Why was the run game so efficient tonight?
My O-line, they was doing a great job. And then Chubb just keep
All right, this is a pause worthy.
keep pounding me on the sideline.
Come on, Woody, you can't say that. Pause.
Chubb just keep pounding me on the sideline. Keep reading it. And I say it been through this week, we've been looking fantastic.
I thought it was Chubb, dude. Chubb.
This game gave a little bit of everything. 5 turnovers, 2 defensive touchdowns, an interception. To win the way that you guys did, and to look at the way you guys started the season 0-3, then 3-5, to finish the season 12-5. What does it say about the resilience of this Texans team?
Just it's a family, it's a group. Just trusting in God, putting God first. Everybody looking up and everybody not separated. Just staying down to the grind.
Look forward to seeing you guys in New England.
Woody's the man, though. It happens. We all slip up. Yeah, we got stuff. Kayla the dog for that. Yeah, the projecting the fumbles thing is crazy. This photo is excellent, dude. It's like that meme, and then the score bug at the bottom. Like, it's Kalen and Cole Popovich. That's a perfect picture, dude. Yeah, we're almost done. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling. What? There's Ocho again. This was funny. Big Ben was pretty confident.
Their defense really makes me nervous because I think that they are really good and I think they can get after you. You know, we're getting DK back and we've got Aaron Rodgers. I get all that. Do I think that we won't be able to do anything with it? No. I just think we're gonna have to have a really good game on offense, and we can do it. I believe in Aaron and what he's doing, and I believe in the use of Pat Freiermuth more now, and the two-headed monster running backs we have. You know, I think we've got the ability to do it. Okay.
A few moments later.
Anderson.
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 He was
Ball's
so
out.
wide.
Ball's
Oh,
out.
the ball
That
come
might
out.
be a touchdown.
No,
That might be a touchdown.
No, he was down. Peyton, be quiet. He was down.
I get it. I know.
I
get
listen. There's nothing better than big boy touchdowns, but I don't want that to be a big boy touchdown.
On the end, 14. You know, he's got a
Gainwell's there. He's got to hit him, and
he's
that
got to
line
get
is
a
there.
chip. Yeah.
Look how
That's not
wide
good
he
enough.
is.
That's not good enough. You got to go when you're there to get a chip. You got to disrupt them somehow.
Oh my goodness.
That's the whole point of being.
Shout out engineer says, yo, I'm late, but at least I'm here. Well, don't be late again, man. You get 5 demerits for that. Appreciate you tuning in, engineer. Yeah, Big Ben was scoping big time. Ross Tucker, welcome to the Texans bandwagon.
The Houston Texans are going to host the
Friend of the show, by the way, been on the show.
AFC Championship game against the Buffalo Bills. When's the last time that happened?
That's what I'm saying. That
a team's first home playoff game in a season is the AFC Championship game. But I'm calling it now, Texans Bills next week, because the Texans knock off the Patriots 16-13.
Woo! I'll take that. Here's DeMeco on the Texans' first road playoff win.
3. But getting that playoff win on the road, how important was that to just say, okay, we're over that hurdle, we can move on, we can win games on the road in the playoffs where that's not an issue?
Yeah, that's the biggest one. Knowing the position we're in, knowing as a wild card, like you got to go on the road, you got to win games. A lot of people say you can't do it. It's the home field advantage. But for me, it was very big for our organization to get that first road playoff win and show that, hey, we can do it no matter what's happened in the past. Hey, this is the new Texans. We're here. It's a different, it's a different era right now. So it's a lot of firsts to be had. And, I'm happy to be here with this team and leading us into a lot of firsts.
Coach, I know you went 3.
I love it, dude.
But
new era,
getting that
dude.
playoff
more first, like his mindset is legit, dude. All right, let's see. Almost there. Yep, Adam Thielen retired. Here's DeMeco and Mike T.
There you go. Man.
We living, ain't we,
Come
bro?
on, brother. Oh, gotta
much
love
respect
it,
to
man.
you and your group,
Same
brother.
to you, bro.
Man, ain't it
outstanding
cool?
job. Come on, man.
We living. Let's live tonight. Let's do right by this game tonight.
You know it.
Nothing but respect and love, brother.
Same here, man. You do it the right way.
No doubt. Every day
Nothing
of our
but
lives,
respect.
We own it.
Let's do it. Yes, sir.
That's pretty
Great
cool.
job, brother, man. All the best, man. Go do it.
Yes, sir.
You know it.
There you go.
I got a hell of a lot of respect for
Man,
Mike
we
Tomlin.
living, ain't
Listen to his interviews too. His press conferences were awesome, super detailed. Like comes off the jump and just talks for like 10 minutes. Obviously his coaching has been under fire, but like I respect the hell out of him. But yeah, let's see. Almost done. DeMeco talking about the D line today and what he would call them.
Oh man, a lot of different terms. But I would just say, you're looking for you look for 4 guys who, it's like 4 Tasmanian devils just wrecking everything that's in front of them. That's how I look at our guys. They are fast, they are physical, and the way they get off the ball, the way they collapse the pocket, they're a terror. And it's fun to watch those guys, and that's what makes our defense go. Like, why are we able to rush 4 guys and play the way we play? It's not because of I'm such a great coach. It's because we got really great players up front. And this game will always be about the players, and those guys, they set the table for us, for our entire.
Yeah, engineer, I talked about Stroud. We agree. Most of us agree. I'm sure some people may not agree, which is fine, but I had a pretty big rant about an hour ago about how the Stroud performance is being overblown as far as how bad it was. But let's see. We are almost done. Yeah, we can list. That's too long. A lot of JJ Watt clips. But yeah, here's AQ Shipley.
Houston Texans.
Talking
the
about
Texans offensive line, best out of Super Wild Card weekend.
He has the Texans O-line ranked number 1 coming out of the weekend, so it's excluding Seahawks and Broncos. But then I'll fast forward a little bit.
The seats we had or whatever, it was like, oh, this guy's gone. That's great news. Then he walks back, got to the sideline, put his helmet on, and I think he had a seemingly incredibly tough to pound the rock. That's what, 1970s, 1980s football.
That's playoff football. It'll forever be playoff football. And CJ Stroud, I doubt he'll play that bad probably ever again. He had a terrible performance on the outside in the cold. We'll see if how he handles the cold this weekend.
The center needs to fix his snaps because clearly that was an issue. He was sending those things back like rockets, and they were low. CJ's trying to keep his eyes downfield, and that ball's coming back 100 miles an hour at his knees. He's got to fix that.
And he got him at number 1. Is center not a part of the entire offense?
Good in the run game, but the snaps, that's what starts the play. You got to be better there. Clearly, CJ Stroud wants to keep his eyes downfield. You got to give a nice little softball right here, right between the waist and the shoulders, right there, a little softball.
Now's not time to be practicing what that feels like coming out. You probably already have that figured out. Number 1, Houston Texans offensive line.
Yeah, true. But see, that's a O-line expert given that analyst. Here is CJ Stroud on Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, Steph is one of the best teammates I've ever had in my career, in my life. Like, he's been amazing to my life, not just on the field, but off as well. I think he's, super, teammate oriented. He wants to be around the guys. He wants to, do stuff for the guys. He wants to be, one of the captains in the room. And I don't know if he's a captain or not. I'm sure he is, but, he's one of the best teammates I've ever had. So he's brought that swag there, and he got the guys rolling around him. But, will always be a brother of mine, always be a friend. And I'm just, excited to see his career, go where it's gone, and for him to get paid like he did is dope to see. So, I think he has a lot of great ball ahead of him. But no, yeah, so it's always be a brother of mine.
All right, and yeah, we'll skip that. What else we got? I got to listen to those today. A lot of interviews to listen to. Here's Stroud today.
Yeah, I've learned a quote: "Don't love the love, don't hate the hate." Like things be up and down throughout your life, your career, whatever it is. I think that's just how life works in general. But especially in the position I'm in, everything is, criticized and everything is talked about. So, I've learned to, to stay what's important to me. That's my faith, my family, and then my teammates, and then myself, how I view myself. So, yeah, I mean, through failures and successes in this game, from time I've been 16, with somewhat of a public eye, and when I went to Ohio State, same thing. Like, they would love me one week, hate me the next. So I'm well equipped with what is going on, and I'm excited to play this next game and just kind of keep the same kill.
Big facts. Like, this is nothing new. He's been dealing with this stuff his whole career, and like, justified or not, it's just he's built for it. But I mean, a couple more clips. But DeMeco mic'd up, bro. I mean, look at this, dude.
Great call. Win third down. Win third down. Clean. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job, man. Sudden change. Great job, man. Great job. Play the hunt, man. Great job. Great job on the sudden change, man. Come on. Great job. Great job on the sudden change. Great job, baby. Outstanding, boy. Best in the biz. Let's go. They can't mess with y'all, man. Hey, way to hunt, baby. Way to hunt. Way to hunt. Hands up. Show hand. Great call. Win third down.
Yeah,
Win
speaking
third
of
down.
Reddit, just had a little freaking guy talking crap. All you do is literally post non-substantive spam to farm engagement. I see you literally everywhere, and I'm going to call you out in that BS. That's the guy earlier talking about getting mad because I pointed out the hypocrisy of fans and media on the Texans playoff wins. Reddit's full of a bunch of fucking losers, dude. Fuck that guy. Probably some fucking dweeb in his basement. Fucking. Anyhow, here's DeMeco mic'd up with Aziz.
Nah, if that ball would have got caught on your head, though, he would have been fighting. Nah, that's what it looked like. We played clean, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and still, I know I'd be greedy, but think about every play they got. I know, man. You got we got an outstanding group, bro. We just got to everybody remain disciplined, keep hunting, keep everybody lifted, bro. We one at a time. One at a time. I know you got me, baby. Love you, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On to the next one. If that ball got caught on your
You're locked in, dude. And then Kalen Bullock on being robbed on All-Pro.
Hey, you hot about the All-Pro? Hell yeah. You're damn right. That's what we work for. I mean, I should be. I feel like I got robbed, but it's all good.
You know what?
He did.
In all pros, though, it's the year you're supposed to make it, you don't make it. It's the next year, though.
Yeah.
So next year, you put that shit in your head, like, I got to go out there and get that.
Yeah, facts.
That's facts. Hey, keep you.
All right, we made it to the top. But yeah, man, that was dope. I'll try and do an episode tomorrow or Friday. There we go. On a full deal on the Patriots. But yeah, man, we feel good. Good win. I feel like we can and should win this game. It'll be a tough, close one, but I'm excited, man. Another milestone for the Texans. As always, follow me everywhere. And if you want, re-listen to this on Spotify or Apple. Until next time, we blessin'.